Hey everybody, welcome to Robin the Squared Bound, your favorite second channel ever. Uh,
Well, like if I had to do like a tier list, it'd be like a solid B tier. Like I don't know. I can't think of a funny punchline. You have to compete against like all the film theory channel, like all like film theory, food theory, style. You're not being a style theory dog.
I'm not
I'm
being
sorry.
style theory. I
Style
wear.
theory.
What does my character wear? Like a
It's just
turtleneck? I'm not being style theory.
yeah.
Uh,
Anyways,
welcome to the top 30 entertainment of 2025. Unless we have several things on our list that overlap, then it might be like top 27 or 28. Who knows?
yeah.
Um,
We actually have the exact same list.
yeah.
We didn't check with each other before we did our list. So we actually have the exact same bar for bar, like same like positions and everything.
Wow, that's so crazy. I didn't realize you had gay porn as number one.
You know me, biggest gay porn fan.
So,
The thing is, I do think we actually both have gay porn at number one. Knowing what I think we're going to both put at number one.
uh, I don't think my number one. It's not porn. It's a bit gay.
Anyways, so yeah, for the media, we can do like literally anything. Obviously, you have your movies, your games, your TV shows. We also we extend this to YouTube stuff. I believe you said music is allowed. I didn't have music
Yes.
because who listens to music? But yeah, anything is available as long
Yeah.
as it came out in 2015. So yeah,
Spoiler
at least a
alert.
decent chunk of it came out in 2015.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. My number 15 is actually just like a really good dump I took the other day. That's my number 15. So we can do literally anything.
Speaking of which, I believe you want to start off. This is your channel.
Yeah, I'll start off my number 15, then you'll do your number 15, then we'll go
Yeah.
on forever in an infinite loop.
Uh,
Um,
if one of us has something higher, like if Robin has Blingle Wangle as number 13, I have Blingle Wangle at number 6, and we're gonna just be like, we're not talking Blingle Wangle now. Blingle Wangle will be for my number 6.
yes.
Robin's I throw like a tape over Robin's mouth and they suffocate and die because they can't talk about Blingle Wangle.
Dude, I mean, I just fucking love the imprisonment arc, of Blingle
It's so
Blingle.
deep and thematic. Anyways, what's number 15?
Yeah. Um, my number 15, I'll do a little intro and I want to see if you can guess it, because I don't know if I've actually talked about this show much
Yeah, that
to
thing
you.
is, I don't know. Like, I think I named like 5 things this year that you've seen from this year. Compared to me, where like I literally have in my Discord server, I just log every single thing that I watch. So you probably have a good guess of what I'm going to say for mine.
For like some of your higher ones, I have a good guess, but like your number 15, I don't fully know, especially since it is so broad. But my number
Yeah.
15 is a show that's been going on for a while, and I think it's been really good. I don't think this year has been its best year ever, but I think it's been a show of consistent quality, and it's been really funny. It's a comedy series, and it's been something I've been watching a lot with my mother. Do you have any guesses?
Is Always Sunny? Is that only 5 or 6 seasons? I know you like that show.
You know what? Close. They crossed over with It's Always Sunny.
I'm not sure.
My number 15 is Abbott Elementary season 4 and 5. Not all of
I've heard of
season
it.
not all of season 4 aired in 2025. Not all of season 5 will air in 2025, but there's like a full season that has aired in 2025. There was like what?
I'll count it.
No.
I'll count
Yeah.
it.
Most of season 4 aired in 2025. I don't think this. I think season 4 was solid. Season 5 has been like noticeably weaker in my opinion, but it's still it's a really good cast of characters. Where, for those who don't know, Abbott Elementary is a show about a bunch of teachers in Philadelphia who teach this like at this really poor school, and they're like constantly struggling to not only just be good teachers, but also to have the money to be good teachers. And it's very interesting. It's very uh, interesting, like part of life, and the characters are all really solid. You have like the main will they won't they of Janine and oh my gosh, what's his name? You would like his character. He's very autistic coded. Um, but and he also wears a funny hat sometimes.
I'm a noted funny hat enjoyer.
Yeah. and and they were like the main will they won't they Jim and Pam shtick for the longest time. They really drug it out, but finally they've started dating, and it's like, oh, it's fun to have like their moment where it's like now they can do like proper episodes together. And now the show's kind of having fun with that, as well as the show, which kind of makes me feel like the show's kind of at its end. Like it's really only got 1 or 2 more seasons in it, but I still think it's genuinely one of the greatest modern day sitcoms. And sitcom is kind of a dying genre, but it's like, so there is this like very classic feel to Abbott Elementary where it has these longer series where it's like, what, season 5's got like 20 episodes, which is unheard of nowadays. And something about that classic feel is really nice. But again, it's kind of reaching that point of a lot of sitcoms where it's like kind of struggling to figure out what to do. They've been going away from a lot of the money struggle storylines. I remember his name now, Gregory. They're doing a thing now where he's like also like an Uber driver as like a side gig, and that was like kind of like their one like, hey, remember when we used to talk about money problems? And it kind of makes the show feel less real and more of it's more cemented itself in that sitcom world, which is fine. It's still very funny. But there's stuff like one of the main characters, Melissa. She's like teaching 5th grade now instead of 2nd grade, and it's like they're treating that as like a big storyline, and it's like, all right, I think we might be kind of losing focus here, or I think we might be kind of losing steam. And but still, it's something I've been watching as often as I can, because it's a weekly release type series, so I've been watching that with my mom a lot, and that's nice. I really try to make each thing on my list something I have at least some sort of like a genuine emotional attachment to, and I think I have that with Abbott, just because of just because it has been that like bonding thing. But still, I don't think I think season 5 has been kind of weak overall, which is why it's only number 15.
Epic. I don't have much to say. I've not seen Elementary. It seems like a fun show. I just have no experience with it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's why I went full monologue. Cause I was like, oh, he don't got nothing to say. But that's fine. I doubt I'll have. Give me some hints on your number 15. Let's see if I can guess.
Okay, so number 15 is a spin-off to a show that I actually watched the first time this year, but it's been out for a few years. It's also based off a popular board game. It's probably my most recent addition to this list, I believe. I think it can climb higher if the series goes on, but for the first season, I think it was pretty strong.
A spin-off show based off of a board game.
Ish.
Oh, I have. What is there, like Clue the anime? What have I missed?
Don't I tell you?
Yeah, I genuinely don't have a clue. I'm interested.
It is The Mighty Nine, which is based off Vox Machina, which is based off Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I should have thought of Dungeons and Dragons. I've been wanting to watch this. I want to hear your thoughts.
Okay, um, so this is it's a spin-off, but it's not really like focused on any character. It's just kind of the same world as the original show Vox Machina, which is based off of the Critical Role podcast, which I have not watched, but I know Dungeons and Dragons stuff well enough. Um, it's kind of just like this group of like weirdos and losers who get together and they're trying to just do normal Dungeons and Dragons stuff. The fun of a Dungeons and Dragons campaign is always just the characters and how they interact, and I think this is just my favorite group of weirdos and losers that I've seen in a Dungeons and Dragons campaign as someone who does not follow that super well. Um, this just really fun cast that I like seeing bounce off each other. Back there being Jester, who's like this like really excitable like elf goblin creature girl. Um, it's a lot lower scale than Vox Machina, where like the first story there is like they have to kill like this like giant like dragon that keeps freezing the town. Here though, it's like they're just trying to find more about themselves, and there's like some hints of a bigger story. I think it's really interesting. I'm going to keep my eye on it. That is what we all have to say. Again, it's only one season so far. They're very very hard. I have like 12 honorable mentions. Well, we might say them later if we have time. But like very, very brutal battle for number 15. But that's like just barely squeezed in.
Yeah, I only have one honorable mention myself, but we can talk about that later. Maybe
Yeah,
before number one. Just do a quick rapid fire. No,
yeah.
that sounds interesting. I've been starting to get into Dungeons and Dragons content, but it's been mostly the Dimension 20 stuff, and I've been meaning to get into Critical Role. Um, and actually, I have something sort of Critical Role related higher up on my list, but
Yep.
yeah, um, we will talk about that. But yeah, no, that's cool. I'm glad the show's doing well because it's like it's such a weird concept of because
It's
there's nothing.
like making a campaign into like an animated series.
Yeah, as far as I know, there's nothing else quite like that. Of doing an adaptation of a D&D campaign. So that's really interesting.
Honestly, I feel like something should happen more because those just feel like naturally suited for a TV show.
Yeah,
But it
especially
helps like these are like
with. Sorry. Yeah.
it helps that this like they have a lot of like big name voice actors that they can pull together.
I mean, I assume they have Matthew Mercer in there.
He is.
He's in everything, but especially
I,
Critical Role.
yeah, Critical Role was like his baby, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly, and he was like one of the main characters in Vox Machina.
I believe he's
Um,
like the dungeon master.
yeah, and he voices a few kids. There's this one character in the show, in Mighty Nine, where it's like this like ogre or troll. I think counts like a bull, and he can like clone himself. And I was like so good. That's Patrick Warburton. That's just Patrick Warburton. That sounds like Patrick Warburton. How did they get Patrick Warburton for this? I checked it up. It's Matthew Mercer. He can just do a frame perfect Patrick Warburton impression.
He's here, he's there, he's
He's
everywhere.
everywhere. Who are you
Matthew
gonna call?
Mercer.
Patrick Mercer. Okay, so what's your number 14?
My number 14 is the first video game on my list. It is a Nintendo video game that probably could be higher, but I haven't played it that much with other people, so it's just mostly me just playing it by myself. But I think if I did play it with other people more, maybe it would be a bit higher. But
It's either Air Riders or Kart World.
um, didn't Air Riders come out like 2 days ago?
It did. That's why I didn't make my list. So is it Kart World?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, do you have it on your list?
I do not. It's not mentioned, but I don't have it like physically on my list.
Okay. I thought it was. It's like the one big Nintendo game I've played this year. I skipped out on Bonanza and Metroid Prime 4. But I think Mario Kart I just I love speedrunning or trying to figure out my own speedruns in the game or trying to get the fastest. Like I've never really fully delved into like do the cool glitches to get to the right to the end. I just love every now and then I'll start replaying a game and just try and get faster and faster and faster. And that was kind of Mario Kart World with me, where it was just like, okay, I'm gonna be perfect on every level. I'm gonna get all the costumes, and I get to look cute as Peach, and it's fun, and it's Mario, so there's all this whimsical music, and I love the world of Mario, and I think this was a great showing for the world. Because as much as people, obviously there's some faults. There's the in between laps where you're just kind of, it's not as bad as going down a straight line, but it's not much more interesting than going down a straight line either way. But there's still some like really cool scenery and set pieces even within those in between laps, and just it's just fun. I like throwing the shells. I like drifting. I love trying to go in the walls. I'll keep trying to do wall jumps, but then I'll fail because I'm bad at video
Yeah, I do it all the time. I cannot do wall jumps.
But every now
Kart
and
World.
you
Yes,
go.
Kart World, very fun game. I think I kind of wish it was some more like a standard Mario Kart because I don't really like a lot of their additions. I don't really like the intermissions. I think the free roam is just the most useless mode ever put into a video game. I remember when it was announced, people were like, "Oh, there's like all these like fun side modes and side missions," and there's nothing. It is the most barren world of all time. But all the new tracks are great. I loved all the new costumes. It's obviously it's Mario Kart. It's going to be a fun game because it's Mario Kart. But yeah, sorry if I interrupt you.
No, you're good. I was just also going to mention Sonic Crossworlds because I got that for Christmas and we're recording on the 28th. So I haven't gotten too much into it, but I thought that game was really fun. I heavily enjoyed... it's a lot more chaotic than Mario Kart, it feels like. And I still haven't really gotten used to it. But, yeah, it also has Hatsune Miku, which I thought that was a paid DLC, so when she showed up for free, I was like, oh. It was fun.
Oh!
Oh!
Epic. So I guess it's my turn again, or do you have anything else to say about Mario Kart?
I do have one thing I want to say, is that I've really liked the community around Mario Kart World. There's a lot of people. It's always fun seeing people talk about it, watching like the speedruns, challenge videos. There's this one channel, I think it's called like Hanani or something, where it's like these they did these like really crazy Mario Kart World challenges of like, can I cross the map without while only drifting and stuff like that. And
That sounds fun.
yeah, and it's been a good community, and that's also something I look for when I pick my top 15 entertainments, is like, what's the vibe around this, because it's just nice to see creativity spawn from something creative, and I think Mario Kart World really did that.
That's nice. That's fair.
So what is your number 14?
Do you have any guesses what number 14 is?
I'm going to guess your number 14 is Death Battle?
It is. I didn't bother with the setup. It's Death Battle.
I was like, what's the one thing where it's like, he knows I would guess it immediately?
Listen, I know you don't care versus stuff, so I won't make this super long, but Death Battle... I feel like you can't, because I am... It's so weird, because like, if you only watch my channel, if you ever watch my YouTube channel, you probably wouldn't know I'm like that into versus stuff. I've made like 2 most wanted Death Battle lists, but those are both like years old, and I'll have the occasional reference to it. But it's not something you would like really think super hard on. Then you talk to me in real life, or you look at my Discord server and like, oh, he's a versus fan, derogatory. I'm a pretty freaking guest on a lot of like versus podcasts. I do a daily versus thumbnail. I am deep in the sauce. But Death Battle is a very important series to me. The more and more I think about it, the more and more I realize I would not be here if it wasn't for a stupid show where people kill each other. Most of my you're like one of the only friends I have that I don't know because of Death Battle.
And even then,
And
you've kind of got me into the vibe. Like I feel
Yeah.
like I've had a few like conversations with even people who aren't new about Death Battle or like versus and like who would win, and it's like, oh, this is like a legitimately fun thing.
Yeah, I do plan to do a in defense of like versus video this year. It's been something I wanted to do for a while. But I love versus as a concept, but I don't really talk about that much on my channel. I feel like I need to do one big video about it. But 2025 for Death Battle was a very good year. This is they started the Kickstarter season after Rooster Teeth went over in 2024. This is the first year where it's like the full year is all dedicated to their Kickstarter episodes. And for a show that's now fully independent, no longer has backing from a big studio, Rooster Teeth, they're doing very impressive stuff. They've had like three or four like fully hand drawn battles. They had their second army battle with Ash Ketchum versus Yugimoto. They had a live action battle with Blade versus Buffy. It's not only is it just very impressive, it's just like very constantly very quality stuff. You talk about community. No community really means that much to me as much as the Death Battle community, for obvious reasons. But like I do reactions every year, every new video with my friend Cyan. I talk about it with all my different friends, and we talk about these dumb, stupid web show. Because now they're independent, they can do whatever they want, and they're a lot more like they're balancing the actual character stuff and the versus gobbledygook a lot better. Used to be a lot more versus gobbledygook. Now they can really talk about how much they love these characters without making it seem biased. They've had a few fumbles. This is not a perfect year. It started with Kratos versus Astra, which was not that good of an episode, but Godzilla versus Hulk was fantastic. Wily versus Tom was a lot of fun. And then their finale, which was Ash versus Yugi, might be their best. I still kind of like Bowser versus Eggman from 2024 a bit more, but that was a fantastic love letter to both franchises that did a lot with how much nonsense you can throw into that. So I'm really excited for next year, which if we ever do this again, we'll probably talk about Death Battle this year as well, because again, I am very deep in the Death Battle sauce.
Yeah, Death Battle it is rare, even from what I've seen, it is rare to find a channel of such high quality. And especially for something so distinctly nerdy, like who would win in a fight. And I think that's incredibly charming.
Yeah, I'm really sad Death Battle is not bigger. Because you would think it'd be like this big sub-series, like it just does not do as well you might think it would for like the face of power scaling, which is a pretty well-known subgenre of fandom culture as a whole.
Right.
Like a lot of people compare like versus debating to epic rap battles and the whole rap battle subgenre. The highest viewed Death Battle is Goku versus Superman, and that has, I believe, exactly half the views of the ERB of Goku vs. Superman, and that's not even one of their top 10 most viewed videos. So it's a very niche subgenre, and I think a lot of people kind of fell off Death Battle since season 3, which is 2016 for reference. Ooh. But I did see a lot more revival interest around 2021, where they did their big 10th anniversary season. And that's carried on pretty well, I would say. It's still a pretty niche subgenre, but I'll talk about it more whenever I do that big, in defense of versus video.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard a lot more people talking about it, but I don't know if that's just because I'm associated with you now.
I do think a lot of that is because, look at, I'm pretty sure if you look at everyone who is in Watching My Friend Suggest 3, the newest one, everyone there is a Versus fan except for Invader and the group that I met like the group that you're in, like the core group.
Gotcha.
Everyone else pretty much I met via versus, or I met or our friendship strengthened because of versus.
Okay. Is
So
there anything
that
else you
probably
want to say
helps.
about it?
Um, uh, not really. I good season, very important show to me. Probably could have put it higher, but I think I was probably kind of like
Yeah,
pushing it
I'm
and
like,
putting it on.
if Death Battle's 14, like, is your number one like God or something? Because you really like Death Battle.
Again, it is a really important series to me. Like I don't even think like I really hope something overtakes it when I do uh, favorite web show because like I don't think there's I've done a lot of like particular number ones. I always feel bad every time I do one of these big countdowns and like I feel number one's always pretty predictable. Oh, Avatar's number one for Nickelodeon. Oh, I can't believe that BoJack's number one for adult cartoons. Nothing's more predictable than this. Really, nothing's more predictable than this.
Yeah.
So I hope something overthrows it, but we'll get there when we get there.
Okay. So, my number 13 is the only anime from 2025 that I've seen this year. And, I don't even know if you know the show exists. Corin might have talked about it. This is a show Corin introduced to me. That's pretty vague, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very, very vague. It's the anime that the anime fan knows. Okay, well, really nailed it down.
So my number 13 is Rock is a Lady's Modesty.
I have not heard of this.
Okay. So the show stars Lilisa, who is in this like very like preppy high school, like very fancy, like old money type of fancy, but that her mom married into. And she's like secretly a rocker. Like her first dad was like this, like was like great with a guitar, and she like followed in his footsteps in his band. But she's been kind of suppressing that to like do her best at the school that's slowly killing her, and the school is. Then she finds her friend. I can't remember her name. It's like Oyo. Oh, I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it. Rock is a lady's modesty. Characters, just because I feel bad, I can't remember any names. Otoha. There we go. So we have Otoha, who's this like reserved girl, and like she really does come from the old money, but she's just absolutely sick nasty with the drums. And they eventually like formed this rock team, like two others, and they just formed this like all girls rock team, and it's just people just it's that vibe of like people discovering themselves. There's this character called Tina, and she's all about like she just kind of like she's like this character who just really didn't like herself. She really wanted to do anything to change, and so she finds this rock group. And as soon as she finds this rock group, she's like, "Okay, this is it. This is how I'm gonna change. I'm gonna put all my passion into this, even though I don't know much about the piano. I'm still gonna go. I'm gonna train harder than anyone. I'm gonna do my best." And it creates this really fun vibe, and it's just this genuinely like lovely tribute to rock in general as this progressive alternative thing. And the show has just been an absolute delight. And it's only got one season, and I think it's a show that could do with more seasons, especially since there's some stuff where it's like Lilisa's mother is hinted at to be just fully crazy. And it's like, oh, I want to see where the show goes. I want to see what they do. And there's a lot I'm just really interested in. But not all of it's out yet. Or only season one's out, and I think there's just more story to tell.
Radical. I feel bad being quiet during your parts. It's just I don't know these things.
No, that's fine. I like yapping. Um, but yeah. They do also do this weird thing where it's like mostly 2D animated, except for like the scenes where they're playing the music, in which they all switch to 3D animation, and it never not gets weird. So
That is pretty common in a lot of anime where like during like the big scene they suddenly turn 3D.
yeah, I'm not that. I need to watch more anime. So far, my anime experience right now is Corin will tell me to watch an anime, so then I'll watch it, and then she'll tell me another anime to watch, and then I'll watch it. So it's just
Whatever she tells you, yeah.
yeah. I'm a good soldier. I follow orders.
You don't watch anything I tell you to watch. But anyways, we have another season 2 of a TV show, live action TV show. Um, Probably the only good thing to come out of this franchise in recent times. Any guesses?
The only good thing to come out of this franchise in recent times, and it is a TV show.
Yeah.
What? This sounds like something I should know. This sounds like oh, of course. Andor.
I'm not sure. It is Andor. It is Andor season 2. So, do I think it's better than the first one? I would probably say maybe. I think there's a genuine argument to be made that it is. I don't know. I think the first one just hits a bit harder, but this one, uh, Andor himself doesn't really do that much in this season, at least for the first half. But also, it is just so good to get like actual genuine quality, a very smart show from Star Wars that looks into the lower halves of this war. They bring back K2SO, who is a great character from Rogue One. Um, just just a great little addition. They only have much to give it as season 2 of the show. Yeah, very very strong. I hope they do kind of end it. I think this should be where they end. I also hope to get one more good Star Wars thing this decade. But like, yeah, Andor is this. I don't know if you've seen any of it.
I haven't seen it. It like what first started really airing after the book of Boba Fett, and that show just absolutely destroyed my desire to watch anything Star Wars. But I've heard
That's
so
fair.
many good things that I will watch it one day. And I've been spoiled on a few things, and everything I've been spoiled on, it makes the show seem absolutely fantastic and absolutely something I would love to watch. I don't know why I haven't watched it yet, but I will.
Corn told you to watch it.
My number 12 is the only singular YouTube video I have on this list. And
And it's mine.
there's no way it's not. I'm sorry.
Kick rock.
Uh, maybe next year, kiddo. No, it wasn't that. This is the only YouTube. I think this is the only YouTube video where where I actively whooped at several points throughout the video, where I went woohoo. There's no way you're guessing this.
Deadpool versus Peter Griffin fight marker rap battles.
You know what? Actually, that is a very good video, but no, it is. And this is a safe space, right?
Yeah, of course. What is it?
1,000 players simulate civilization, rich and poor. It's a Minecraft YouTube video, and it's genuinely fucking peak. I don't know. I don't I don't. This went this went above so many good. I've watched so many things this year. This specific YouTube video has stuck out in my mind because you do have these like it's so you have these 1,000 players, right? And there's one island where it has a bunch of resources, and one island that
You were
doesn't.
just slowly sinking down to a pit of just nothingness. You're trying to claw your way out of this infernal hole that you've dug yourself in.
If
You're
you
trying
watched
to
it, you would be
justify.
agreeing with me. If you watched this video, it would be on your top 15, and I hold that truth. And so this video, it's you've got these like major players, right? And they're all like trying to be. They've all got their own different goals. They're all trying to like start the like little like areas and groups. Like you've got this guy who's got this like Roman Julius Caesar thing going on, and he's got a lot of like really like there's a lot of people just following him, but he's also like kind of crazy. And he's like, yeah, let's just start a gladiator arena, just kill people, and because it's also like a permadeath series, and so that leads to like there's this one guy who gets genuinely framed for murder of like a bunch of like the most like well-respected players in the series, and so people start hunting him, but eventually and so like he accidentally ends up like becoming the protagonist of the whole thing, where he eventually goes and he like finds the real murderer, and then he does all this stuff, and it's genuinely so well narrated, and there's so many like little like players to like this huge puzzle, and watching these like civilizations rapidly rise and fall, it was I mind you, I watched this at 3 a.m. during work, but it was like a 2-hour video, and I was enthralled the whole way through. It was genuinely cinema. It was cinema, and I refuse to say otherwise. It is.
I'm pretty sure Minecraft like stuff for you is what versus stuff is for me.
I would say that's more because of your thing with the community and all that stuff. That's more Undertale Deltarune, maybe. But we'll
That's fair.
talk about that later.
I mean, I am also a Undertale Deltarune fan. Again, as we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
You have anything else you want to say about this random Minecraft video that made it on your list, or do you want me to move on?
There's a guy, who, while everyone's like trying their best to, like everyone knows they're like they had the camera on them, so everyone's like playing characters and stuff. Like it's not like real, like it's sort of like it's sort of like the Minecraft version of the Big Brother TV show, which might be an insane thing to say.
That's the most whack comparison I've ever heard.
But there's this one person who starts a mafia, and he does the entire thing with a Mario voice, and I think that was funny. But then he gets murdered by the bad guys.
I might have to watch this.
I'm gonna send you this video. It's genuinely peak.
Okay.
It is 2 hours long though.
As for my thing, number 12 is an anime. It is a brand new show, but it's made it by a creator of a very iconic show. Has a very distinct art style. It's just a very very nice, relaxing, smaller like slice of life. I really enjoyed it. I feel like you would also like it. Do you have any guesses?
I don't remember the name. Is this that sci-fi romance anime you were talking about the other day?
It is not.
Okay. Is it Cowboy
let's see.
Bebop?
That show came out in like the 90s, dude.
Is it Astro Boy?
City the Animation.
Okay. What's it called?
City the Animation.
Stevie the Animation?
City, like a town, but it's a city.
My bad. Okay. So,
Okay. Yeah.
Sell me on the show.
Okay. Well, basically, it just focuses on three girls just kind of living in a small Japanese city, and just weird stuff happens. Like not weird as in like sci-fi. It's weird as in just like it's kooky wacky characters. There's like a clown that sounds like Marvel the Martian. There's this like weird chef guy who makes all the weird stuff. The three girls are probably definitely maybe trust me bro gay. Um, uh, there's like the Tsushinoka, which is a mythical like Japanese cryptid, is just a real thing, and it has like meetings with rats and mice underneath the sewers. Just like a fun, lighthearted, wacky slice of life show with a very light, bright, nice art style. Um, it's really fun. It's only one season so far. I feel like it will probably get more because it was decently popular. It's probably the most popular anime of this year, debatably, arguably. The anime has not been like super big this year. Not a lot of things have been blowing up this year. But I really like this. And that is my number 12.
Oh, no, that sounds interesting. Yeah, no, this hasn't been like the best year for anime. Like the biggest thing I've heard a lot of people talking about is My Hero ending.
I wasn't counting like older shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably the biggest is like My Hero ended. I think did Jujutsu Kaisen end the manga end this year or last year? I forgot.
I believe it was last year.
Okay.
Because I was still working at my old job when it happened.
Yeah. Yeah. So now it's really to say how steady. It's a bit of a simpler thing. So what's your number 11?
My number 11 is another video game. This is the Critical Role thing I was talking about, where, but where I think it was funded only by Critical Role, but it was actually mostly produced by a lot of the ex-Telltale developers, which I love Telltale. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you heard about this game?
Is it Dispatch?
It is Dispatch.
Okay. A little hard not to hear about this game, in fairness.
This game had been huge. It initially popped off because of the voice actors, where the main character was voiced by Aaron Paul.
Most Critical voices the bad guy, Stoner. I think Jacksepticeye voices the character. I don't remember who.
Jacksepticeye, Moist Critical.
Is he a Superman knockoff? I think Jack's the Superman knockoff of the game.
No, he's this tiny little Irish man who is like incredibly buff and cannot be stopped. He's like a 4-foot tall juggernaut. And he only punches people in the nards.
Awesome.
You have Alana Pierce, who voices Malevola, who's
the big demon girl.
Yeah, who internet's taken a liking to her. Prism is
they've taken a liking to most of these characters. I've seen a lot of interesting images of the Bat character.
Oh yeah, I mean, truly one of the most easy on the eyes cast in gaming this year. Even the main character, Robertson, it works. But
that's Todd from BoJack Horseman, or Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah. There's also Prism, who's voiced by like an actual like pop artist named I think it's like Black Bunny, and like they're truly the funniest character in the whole thing.
They got like Young Gravy to voice the Clayface knockoff. I think it was
that sounds familiar. But this game's so genuinely funny. Prism has this one line where there's like a bar scene and everyone's fighting. You know, it's a ballroom blitz. And
Dispatch does seem interesting. I believe it actually was like just announced for Switch, so I might actually pick it up.
Yes. But yeah, the game's so funny. There's this one line where Prism uses her light powers on someone, and they go, I've been temporarily blinded. She goes, the fuck you mean temporarily? Bitch, you're blind forever. I cannot do her line delivery justice. It's so funny. It's such a funny game. There's a Superman clone, but he's not necessarily a good or evil Superman. He's just... Actually, he's more like Starfire. He's a lot more like Starfire.
Yeah, he's like Phenomenon.
Yeah, Phenomenon.
where he's like just cleanly depressed.
Yeah. I do not particularly care about this conversation. I came here so that I could play Magic the Gathering. And I hope I still may. This game is so quotable. It's so funny. It would be higher. The romance in this game kind of sucks. Because it's a Telltale game, so... Or, not Telltale game. It's technically its own...
It sucks because you're not allowed to romance the most critical.
That's honestly part of it. Where it's like you only have two options. And one is a character who will kiss you without your consent near the end of the game. And like, come on, dude. I didn't like that part.
Invisigirl or anyone? I know who it is. It's
Yeah.
The punk-looking girl.
Yeah, but then you also have Blonde Blazer. And it's truly like, do you want to be the fixer or the fixed? I think that's kind of what they're going for, where it's like, here's this girl who can help you, and here's this girl who you can help. Now, which one do you want to date? And it's like...
I choose Buzz Lightyear! And it's Sonar.
Yeah, it's like, I just want to date... I just want to date Flambe. And we don't gotta talk about that. But
Flambe, I assume, is the demon girl.
No, Flambe is the... He's the fire guy. And he will try to... He sets people on fire. He's awesome.
Epic. Yeah, Dispatch does seem interesting. I believe it is coming to Switch, so I might pick it up. It seems like a really fun game.
I think you'd like it.
I know about it, of course. Like I've been saying the names of these characters, so I know about it. But like, I don't know a lot of like the story beats, or again, most of this dialogue in the anime. The only like dialogue I've seen is actually from Sonar, because again, he's like a fan favorite.
You're gonna eat
if
those
only
twinks?
Because if only because he's voicing most critical.
Yeah, I also, I one last thing I'll say about this game is I love, because it's 8 chapters and each chapter released weekly. So for about 8 weeks, I would hop on every Wednesday. I would play a chapter, and then I would go and like hear other people talk about it. And I love that. I love combining this idea of like combining video games with like this like limited time series format.
I've seen a lot of comparisons between this and Invincible. So it does kind of make sense to like just do like a TV show kind of style with this game, which I think is really interesting. Obviously, I can't experience that now, but like, yeah.
I want to see a whole lot more games do what Dispatch did with here's smaller gameplay segments, go do this, and then you can talk about it for the week.
Come back in a week.
Yeah, I loved that. And also just, I think the gameplay was genuinely fun. The actual dispatching was really fun. And like a lot of the hacking mini games, I think it had a really good hacking mini game. And I just think it was just a genuinely solid experience. But I did have a few story issues. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my throat today.
I was gonna say, do you need some water or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna drink water while you talk about your number 12.
Did I talk about number 12?
Did you? Dispatch was my number 11, so you talk about your number 11.
Yeah. Okay. So my number 11 is something I've been waiting for a decent amount of time. I thought it was canceled for a good amount of time, but it kind of popped out of nowhere. And not only did it pop out of nowhere, it was actually upgraded from a small streaming-only film to a full theatrical release, which I was really excited for. I saw it in theaters, which I sadly did not see a lot of movies in theaters this year, but this was one I did, and I was really excited to watch it. Very fun movie, good, probably one of the best examples of taking a franchise back to its roots and praising what it did back then. Shockingly, did not do like amazingly, but I feel like this was not made to do amazingly. But I really loved it. Do you have any guesses?
Well, I was thinking FNAF 2 until that last bit. Since that movie did fucking numbers. Franchise took it back to its roots. Wasn't there a new Godzilla?
There is not a new Godzilla.
I don't think it's Knives Out or Wake Up Dead Man. I can't think of any more franchises that would fit that bill. Cause like,
Don't say it.
yeah, you say it.
The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie.
That came out this year.
Yeah, that came out in March.
That honestly could have made my list if I truly thought that was 2024. I should have looked that up. That is a good
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, very fun movie. Um, did not shock me that it didn't do super well because like it's the only two Looney Tunes characters in it are Daffy and Porky. There's no Bugs. There's no any other character. There doesn't have any particularly notable celebrities in there to really pull attention. It is made for the fans of Looney Tunes, and it does what it wants to do so well. It is going back to like the golden age, even before a lot of like the super well known old shorts, like because they're bringing Daffy back to his like old like goofy screwball persona instead of his more popular, more well known envious greedy loser persona. It's very funny. I think it had a fun twist with the villain. I really like Daffy and Porky's relationship. It's just a phenomenally fun 2D animated film in theaters. How often do you see that? Um, there's a there's like maybe like one or two jokes I feel like are a bit too eye rolly modern, but besides that, it is a very classic style movie that I loved a lot.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of 2D animation films. You don't see a lot of comedy films. So the fact that this film exists at all, especially when the whole Coyote versus Acme thing had just happened, the fact that this movie is like out and it exists is crazy.
And I know it didn't do super well, but it actually did well enough that we're getting Coyote vs. Acme. It's coming into theaters 2026, so like I'm really thankful for this movie in so many different ways.
Yeah, no, it was generally such a charming experience. I liked I like I think it had a really fun plot, which you don't really think that much about Looney Tune plots that often, but I think this had a really good
Yeah,
plot.
no, but it's a simple, nice plot that like gives a lot to the characters while still allowing for a lot of funny jokes.
Yeah, I remember I watched this with my sister and we both loved it, and I remember I would keep trying to offer her gum afterwards just to mess with her, and that was fun.
Yeah, very funny movie, very fun film. I kind of expected it to make even higher, but this has been a pretty solid year.
Yeah.
Um, what's your number 10? We're hitting the top 10.
Top
50 minutes in, and we're hitting the top 10. Oh my god, it's gonna be 3 hour longs.
top 10.
Still no uh shared ones. Kind of Looney Tunes. You said that would have made your list if you knew it was this year.
This might be our first shared one.
Okay.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
It is not. It
Really?
is not.
That's fair. Was it at least an honorable mention?
Not even a mention.
Damn.
I think you think I like FNAF a lot more than I actually do.
That's fair. I think everyone
I-
likes FNAF until I realize that they're wrong.
I like Fighters or Freddy's, but like I've only played like a handful of the games, like only the first four. I keep up with the series. I think it's a really fun world and characters, and of course I've seen both of the movies. But like, I don't love it. It is a very convoluted, messy game that I just kind of like. I'll watch the Let's Plays. I'll look at the fan theories. I'll appreciate the series. I'm not gonna think too deeply about this. I'm not gonna get invested because I can't understand this. It's one of the things like I feel like it's kind of ruined by memes. I cannot look at this franchise seriously without thinking of Five Nights at Freddy's and horror, and just all the dumb, stupid stuff with the stupid freaking bear. Anyways, what do you think of FNAF 2? This is your segment.
I have a very similar thing where it's like I don't take this franchise too seriously. I don't care about solving the lore. I'm truly just along for the ride because it's once you learn to just stop worrying and just embrace FNAF, it becomes a lot of fun.
I think it's kind of the biggest selling point of this movie that these two films, the FNAF movies, they're kind of fun house movies. They're kind of haunted house movies.
Yeah.
It's just just seeing you go for experience to see all these weird, silly, funny stuff happen to these characters. It's it's never too serious. It's a little goofy, um, and that's fine. I like having a goofier, sillier horror thing. Yeah. Again, I keep stealing from you. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I made a very similar point in the other FNAF 2 review I did yesterday of just it's such a fun it's spooky, right? It's not horror. FNAF's never really been horror.
I
Besides
feel like the first two games are horror, maybe even the third.
FNAF
But
1 and FNAF 4, I would say, and then
yeah,
others
like
have
the
horror
original four,
elements.
like the big four, I would say I'd say those are horror enough. But then like the movies, they're just kind of goofy, silly, fun.
Yeah,
The
once
the
Security
book,
Breach happened,
yeah, Security Breach was like you can't. FNAF World, Security Breach, you can't really turn back from those. That's the point of no return.
yeah, Security Breach isn't even like a spooky series. It's more like action adventure at that point. But
It's just
also,
kind of it's the middle of the crew of like we know this is mostly enjoyed by kids. That's just embrace it.
yes, and I think it's fun. Again, when this franchise is good, I enjoy it. When this franchise is stupid, I enjoy it. And FNAF 2 is like that perfect mixture of this has actual good things going for it, and it's also stupid, and I love that. Where it's like the main villain is this kid who just wants to kill parents. That's stupid, but that's also fun. You have Mike.
I like that. I like the motive of Papa Death seems fun. Them like possessing people and like mutilates their body and they become like painted faces with weird wigs. That's stupid. That's dumb. That's dumb. But it's kind of fun.
Oh, it's incredible. It's incredibly charming. I at least I find it charming. It's like, oh yeah, it is doing like a more like classic ghost story thing, and I like that, especially as the series has been kind of drifting away from ghost stories. And I love a classic, Goosebumps ghost story. So this movie really like scratched that itch for me, and I saw it in theaters twice. I don't think I've ever seen a movie in theaters twice. Especially since I paid for tickets both times. And I saw it with a friend the second time, and it's just genuinely like I don't think I can fully articulate even why I like FNAF. I can articulate why I like certain projects, but just FNAF as a whole, it's like, man, I don't know. I think I'm just here. I like it because I like it. It's one of those things almost. But FNAF 2 just it's just such a fun movie. You got Toy Bonnie who's trying to go full,
Who's
slasher
voiced by
movie.
Matt Pat?
Yeah, Toy Bonnie voiced by Matt Pat.
That's probably my biggest complaint. I really like what they were doing with Toy Bonnie, and also Matt Pat is like actually a pretty good voice actor. I really wish he appeared more.
Yeah, him and Kellen Goff, they were kind of snubbed. They both got like 3 lines. And it's like that they could have done more with those characters, but
I get it. Megan Fox is easily the most like the biggest name of the 3, but like at this point, no one's gonna watch this movie for Megan Fox. They're watching it for Freddy Fazbear.
And you know what? Even further, Toy Chica is the most popular toy animatronic. And
Okay, but not exactly for like the best reasons.
maybe not the best reasons for you. But I think Megan Fox did a really good job. I think she
This is probably her best role, for better or worse.
yeah. I mean, the only other thing I've really seen her in is Transformers, which, obviously she's going to improve a lot over, 20 years since those first movies.
Oh god, it has been almost 20 years, hasn't it?
Yeah. And also, I think just as soon as Michael Bay is pointing the camera at anyone, your acting gets a little bit worse, so, yeah.
Radical. So, I was really curious. I figured this would be like this is either like your number 2 or like number 15. So I'm a little shocked it made like number 10. But that makes sense.
Yeah, it's because I'm of two minds about it. Where it's like, I know it's only just a fun thing, So I can't put it more towards the top where it's like these like genuinely like emotionally relevant projects. Um, but it's so fun and
You're allowed to have your Funhouse movies.
yeah,
You're allowed to have your I like it because it makes me happy.
FNAF
Um,
is such a stupid turn off your brain franchise, and it's like I genuinely don't give a I don't really don't care about solving the lore. I just like seeing people try and solve the lore. You know, I think that's
yeah,
the cool thing about FNAF, where it's like this one probably mediocre story has accidentally turned into like 1,000 really good stories from everyone just trying to solve the lore. And I think that's fun. But then you have this movie, which is like a kind of reprieve from that. It's like, oh, it's just an actual solid story that you don't have to think about much. It's, you know, all these characters that you've thought about in an actual story that's like
I think
digestible.
the first film is better, but this one I feel like is a better FNAF movie.
I
It,
disagree, but that's
it
just me. That's,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like the one scene where Mike is actually like he's checking the cameras, he's watching these get closer, he's putting the mask on. That's just like that's a really fun way to just take the game, put it into a movie, and it doesn't feel pandery, it doesn't feel weird. It just feels like something that would actually happen, but it is just the game. That's really cool. I like that.
Yeah. It's, speaking of, you said Mike, but I was thinking of Michael Afton. I know a lot of people have been digging on Michael Afton because it's like everyone kind of thinks of him as the protagonist of the series, which he might be.
Yeah,
Um,
I was curious about your thoughts on that because like he's the closest thing to like a main recurring character in the FNAF world, um, and now he's the villain and he's like following after his father. Um,
Michael Afton is such a, because I truly don't care that he's not like the game line Michael Afton. He's such a weirdo. I really hope we see more of him in the third film because he's so weird. He genuinely feels he has the potential to be such a fun horror villain, and they don't really do that much with him in the second movie. But he's such a weird little freak. I really hope we see more of him in the third film. I think he's. I really.
I mean, I wouldn't be sound like he tries to get the freaking corpse of Afton, and they like kind of team up together.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's very good stuff. Um, and
Epic.
it's just it's it's my comfort franchise. Um,
Yeah.
what's your number
So
10?
my number 10. So a lot of long running franchises they very much tend to either lose their way or they focus too much on just redoing what was already popular. One franchise that I know is actually really good at always trying to do something new, but still in line with what we know and love from the franchise. And it actually gave us two things this year. One of them almost made my list. The other one is this one. Do you have any guesses?
I'm gonna be honest. This sounds even more like FNAF 2 than your last entry did.
Oh my freaking god! It's not for that too.
Two entries, franchise, both really good. What genre is this?
Action with a bit of thriller and horror. The original was horror thriller, but this is more action.
Horror thriller.
Do I tell you?
Yeah, I'm
We
from.
talking Predators Badlands, baby.
That's right. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Um, I figured. See what friends that are freaking FNAF do. Yeah, it's a very different take on the franchise, focusing for what I believe the first time on the Predator's perspective. He's the main character. Deck, I believe his name was. Um, and it's a really humanizing yet still very alien take on the Yautja lifestyle, where he's we see like the how Yautja hunt and get accepted by their tribe, but it's still a very alien way that they talk in their native language. There's subtitles, of course. And we see he goes to this world to hunt like the most dangerous creature, even more dangerous than Yautja, and it's a world that's like even for like the most iconic alien in fiction besides for the Xenomorph, is alien even to an alien. Like this really weird, messed up world is just really well built up. Uh, there's like a human character or a robot, I believe. Not believe they are. Who banter with them. Uh, it's just a really well made movie. The action's fantastic, and I really loved it.
All right, yeah, no, I really want to do like a full deep dive into the Predator franchise. I'm glad I know it's still doing good.
My Halloween video would probably be Alien and Predator, just every movie.
That will be a fun video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have any follow-up questions. Yeah, what was the other Predator thing that came out?
Predator Killer of Killers was an animated anthology-esque movie that was based on Hulu.
That's right.
Where it looked at like different predators across time, and then they were all kidnapped, and then the people who killed the predators are kidnapped, and they have to fight in like gladiator battle. Very good movie, almost made my list, but I didn't need two Predator movies, so I put Batman's on.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Do you have any final words, or should I move on to number 9?
Not really. You move on to number 9, I believe, for you.
Okay, so this is the one bit of music I had. This is my favorite artist of 2025.
I don't know.
It's Jamie Page.
Deadpool versus Peter Griffin. I respect it, but like, imagine saying you're opening to music and the one music you put in is the Vocaloid guy, not like a well-respected artist on the radio. It's Vocaloid. It's like, yeah, this is my one music. This is my one music pick. Epic Rap Battles of History.
Dude, okay, so I love Jamie Page's work for a lot of reasons, and I know this is kind of vague. It's just everything they made in 2025. I think they had one miss. They had one kind of minor miss, which is it was the.
You sent me a few of their songs. Obviously, the one big one is Bird Brain.
Yes.
I'm still seeing fan art of Tedo in that costume.
Yes.
As
we
I would
speak,
argue it is just...
Guns like Discord description is, but I falter on the forethought. I keep on running with a chicken with a head.
They've had that for like, I swear to God, like at least like 6-7 months. I swear to God, that was not intentional. I swear. I'm sorry.
It blows you up with my mind. Yeah.
No, what do you mean? That was not intentional. I get a 6 months and a 6-7. I did not mean to do either of those. I'm just so sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, Jamie Page has had one miss, which is their Do No Harm atrial mix, which was like just kind of mid, but their ventricular mix, that was really good of Do No Harm. Other than that, Jamie Page, I'm such a big fan of this like new wave of Kasane Tedo music, but Jamie Page really has been at the forefront.
I would argue like before this year, like Miku was the only particularly notable Vocaloid character that like your average person would know.
Right.
I definitely think like at this point Tedo has blown up. Definitely not as big as Miku. Of course, no one could ever be as big as her in that sphere. But like, people definitely know who Tedo is now. She's a very well-known, recognizable character.
Yes. And a large part of that, I think, is genuinely because of Jamie Page. With Bird Brain, Dance Delightful, Square Up wasn't the Kasane Tedo, I think it was the Gummy, but it was still really good. I love all of Jamie Page's music. Every year since like 2024, they've been my number one artist whenever the recaps come in. And this new music, especially Bird Brain, has been great. I think Bird Brain was one of my most listened songs of 2025. And
I actually listened to that song a lot, despite not being like Bird Brain actually got me in. Like I had a Vocaloid phase. I also like if someone sends me the Vocaloid music, I'll still watch it, but I'm not really actively in the sphere.
Yes.
but Bird Brain did get me into Roguelite for a very short time. So I'm going to make fun of you for this choice, but I do respect this choice.
Yes. But Jamie Page also does that thing I love of Toby Fox does it with the light motifs and everything. Where it's like the they've got so many of that, and it's so fun. And her music feels like genuinely like one big art piece, and it is so good. I love it so much. I can listen to any song and just feel better. There, it is just it feels real, but it feels a lot of times joyful, and it feels introspective, but also just whimsical. And I love it so much, and it's just genuinely Jamie Page is lit AF, favorite music, and it's kind of a bit cheating since. Oh yeah, and Radiant Revival came out. That's one of Jamie Page's Hatsune Miku songs. It is so good. Radiant Revival. It's so good. So good. I could punch a guy. It's so good. Anyway, yeah, the person who made their avatar have blue hairs and Hatsune Miku. Who would have guessed?
Epic.
I love
Bird Brain's good. That's my thoughts. I guess my number 9.
Yep.
So you've guessed this like 5 times. It's not FNAF 2. It's not FNAF 2. It's not FNAF 2. It's not FNAF 2. Stop. I see you opening your mouth. I see you forming the words 5 Nights at Freddy's. Stop. Cease. Desist.
What's unfortunate is that you were right.
And instead, Lost in Starlight. This is a Korean animated movie. It starts out as a pretty simple romance movie between these two people, this man and woman, who discover each other. Their boring lives are suddenly brought into life. But then it's very slowly built up that there's this sci-fi twist that's keeping these two apart and making this world a lot more deep and distinct than at first thought. And it throws into question, will they even end together? It's a very gripping, very cute movie. It is on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. You rarely see anything from Korea, so definitely check this out. I know you have not. No one has seen this at all.
No, but you've talked about it before, and I really want to watch it.
Yeah, again, it's on Netflix, so it's very easy to track down. It came out in May, and I did not hear about it until like late November. So definitely something I would recommend.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's even further up my list now. Now that I know how high up it is compared to everything else, it's definitely.
I think it says a lot. If it beats Death Battle, that means that says like, oh, I have to check it out now.
Yeah, no, that sounds that if it's better than Death Battle, it's got to be good.
Yeah, Death Battle would objectively probably be higher, but like, I felt bad putting it super high. But now I'm saying that you're putting like FNAF 2 and Jamie Page super high. Maybe I should have just bumped it to like number 1.
Listen, I can admit that maybe FNAF 2 was a bit too high. Jamie Page being number 9, I refuse to. I refuse.
A better example would have been the Minecraft video.
That is fair.
It's a so what?
Here, how about here? You'll watch the Minecraft video. I'll watch the Korean. What's it called?
Lost in Starlight.
I'll watch Lost in Starlight. You watch 1,000 players simulate civilization, rich and poor. And
the sad thing is, I think the Minecraft video is longer.
Yeah. Probably.
What's your number 8?
It's actually a second Minecraft video. No, that's not. Number 8 is. It probably is my game of the year. It probably should have been even higher, but I have not yet beaten it. And that's because it's really, really hard, and I'm bad at video games. but it's beautiful, it's elegant, it's everything I wanted it to be, and I'm just so happy that it's out.
Hades 2.
Silk Song.
Oh, I was gonna say, or Silk Song.
Yes.
Second I said Hades 2, like, no, fucking Silk Song, duh. Yeah.
Have you played Hollow Knight?
I've started Hollow Knight, like, 3 years ago, and I got lost. I was like, oh, I'll get back to it later.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do want to get back to it because I really love Hollow Knight. I love that aesthetic. I love the world of Hollow Knight. I love the character designs. And Hornet seems like a really cool character. And of course, she's like the main star of Silk Song. It's just it is just kind of like it is kind of like if they release Half-Life 3. You know, like it's been just such a big meme. I would argue like the most iconic thing about Hollow Knight as a franchise is haha Silk Song's never coming out.
The absolute weight off of Jeff Keighley's shoulders when he realized he could do a Game of the Year awards without having the entire chat be wear Silk Song truly must have been euphoric.
The weight of like everyone's shoulders, the freaking every Nintendo Direct, it's Silk Song, Silk Song, Silk Song, Silk Song. We don't have it here anymore. It's done. It's gone. It's out.
And the game is so fun. I haven't beaten it yet because of some weird stuff actually, where I got a month free of the Xbox Game Pass. I was like, oh okay, I can beat Silk Song in a month, and then I didn't beat Silk Song in a month. And now it's like I feel like I don't want to buy Xbox Game Pass because it's Xbox, which is gross. So I feel like I have to buy Silk Song on its own, which means I'll probably have to start over. But I'm okay to do that. I just haven't had the time yet. But I love the boss fights. It feels like a dance of this. They go here, you go here. You take your moment, they take their moment, and when you beat a Silk Song boss fight, it's just genuine euphoria on that very few games can manage to achieve, all the while being in this beautiful world with this beautiful art style while you're and I don't know much about the story. I've been trying to keep spoiler free, but the story is interesting. It's Hollow Knight is this fascinating world, and Silk Song is this, it parallels Hollow Knight in a lot of ways while also feeling a very distinct thing. And it's so interesting, and I cannot wait to get back in and play. And if I did finish it, it would probably be higher, but for now it's just number 8. But it is so good. It is so it's iconic. It feels like Half-Life 3 came out in in a world where Half-Life 3 was great, and that feels magical, and it feels special, and
it is big that like it's out, and not only is it out, it's good.
Yes,
like, that does not happen very often. Like I don't think anyone hates Metroid Prime 4, but it is a little sad. Like it's just like this is good. This is a good game.
Yeah.
When it needs to be like this is the best Metroid game, and it's just like no, this is solid. This is probably the weakest of the 4, but it's still a fun game. When it needs to be the best one. So the fact that like the song is so good is really a testament to like how good it is. Should I do my number 8?
Yes.
So I probably should have taken a lot of shots at you because this is another kind of cringy one. This is my second web video. It is a kind of similar to Death Battle, actually. It is another like big crossover between a lot of franchises. There's 2 episodes. One of them came out this year, but it is such a good video that I had to boost it up super high. Do you have any guesses?
Indie Cross, is that what it's called?
It is. It is Indie Cross. I was a little shocked to know you know. It is Indie Cross. Have you seen Indie Cross?
I've seen clips. I haven't really looked into Indie Cross, so I didn't know how much was out. I thought it might have just been like a pilot or like a few clips.
Yeah, it's 2 episodes combined. I think the first episode is like 10 minutes or so long, and episode 2 is like 50. So it's like borderline movie length. it is just like there is just so much love and passion put into every single frame of this show, of this series. Uh, it's done by Moro, who I found out via Death Battle Animations. He works on Death Battle.
That adds.
He did Bowser's 8, which is like their best episode. And it is basically just like a bunch of indie game characters come together, and there's this weird like robot army. They're named after like the game engine, which is really cool, like theme naming. It's the main crew is led by Shovel Knight alongside Cuphead, the Hollow Knight, Madeline, and Nico from One Shot. And they meet up with a few other characters. There's also Frisk from Undertale. I don't know why I'm saying Undertale. You freaking know what Frisk is. Is kind of on the side, set up as a major villain. Seems to be having a redemption arc.
Wait, Frisk is a villain?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah. In the first episode, Madeline walks into them and like, oh hey child, do you know where we are? And they pull out a knife because it's genocide Frisk, and Frisk is just trying to murder everyone. Eventually, they meet up with the FNAF crew, and Afton kind of gives them a speech of, "Oh, we're not that different, you know. Like we're both murderers. We can just murder people together. We're basically gods in this world because we're two of the strongest people in this verse.
Wait,
Join me."
peak.
And then, yeah, and Glamrock Freddy kind of talks like, "Oh, hey kid, hi child. You remind me of a kid I know. They also have a striped shirt. Let's be friends." And that kind of gets through to Frisk. And they're like, "Wait a second." Frisk doesn't talk. Frisk is completely mute. Everyone else talks. It's a really fun, well-made show that clearly loves all of these games, and tells a new story with these characters. That still feels super in character. Shovel Knight, I have to note, is my favorite indie game ever.
Yes.
And my favorite character, I believe, so far, unless they introduce more characters from Shovel Knight or Undertale, which probably won't. But like, Shovel Knight, for some reason, one of the most like misrepresented characters ever in fan projects. He's always either such a giant dick, or he's really really stupid. It is so consistent. And then there's this show, which like, gets him perfectly. That is just Shovel Knight. That is just the character that I love being shown in like this like well animated, fully voiced style. It is just so refreshing. It makes me want to play more of these games. It makes me like before the series, I had no interest in One Shot or Dead Skulls or any of these other franchises. And now I'm like, wait a second, these guys seem really, really cool. I kind of want to play all of these games now. So it's a really fun, well animated, just great series. Episode 3 should probably, hopefully, be out next year. I hope so, because my rule for what the web show video is has to have 3 episodes. Please release episode 3 just so I can include it on the list. It is such a great series.
That does sound really interesting. No, I'm absolutely gonna watch that. I didn't realize how much there was. That is cool.
Okay, episode 2 is like a movie. He just puts so much into that. Episode 2 is episode 2. Episode 1 is mostly set up, just seeing like some of the major players go into this world, interact with each other, have a few fights. There's really just fun dynamics with these characters. So I really love it. I can't wait for more. He just revealed Zagreus is going to be like a major part of the story.
That is cool. I really want to watch that. Yeah.
It's always just the thing of like any indie game characters on the table. It doesn't matter how ill-fitting they are, because like you would never see FNAF characters with Shovel Knight, with Cuphead, with One Shot, with the annoying goose from Untitled Goose Game. But like, if they're indie games, they're in here.
Does the annoying goose fight? Is there an annoying goose fight?
He kind of like steals from the main party.
Gotcha.
He's still in the world, so I would not be shocked if he appears again.
Yeah, that sounds really fun. That's definitely gonna go on the list of that. That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, it's only an hour long. So
Yeah,
you're not wasting a lot of time.
Yeah, because it sounds a lot like Subspace Emissary almost.
It is like I've seen people compare like specifically Diddy Kong and Fox's dynamic to Cuphead and Shovel Knight.
Oh, that's fun. That
Like,
is.
and to kind of bring back Cuphead and Shovel Knight again, like the main five have very similar like power dynamic to the Mario, Link, Yoshi, Pit, Kirby team up.
Gotcha.
Um, it's but the personality like clash between Cuphead and Shovel Knight is very much like Diddy Kong and Fox, which is really really fun. Um,
That is fun. I
yeah,
really want to watch that.
yeah.
Uh,
It's really just like what if Subspace had voice acting and had like a more coherent story, which is really really cool.
that is
So,
sick.
yeah, like there's like character arcs like again with Frisk because like they're actually like a very dynamic character, and it still works with the game mechanics of Undertale. It's really really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm definitely gonna give that a watch.
Epic. Number 7 for you.
Number 7 is there's 3 fantastic movies I've seen this year that are my 3 favorite movies of the year. They're all live action, but they all spoke to me in some way or another. This is the first of those 3, and I this is the one I watched semi recently, and it just kind of felt like the sort of movie I needed to watch. I've mentioned this in your server before. Do you have any guesses?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Wake Up Dead Man.
Oh frick! I should have guessed this. Yeah. Wake Up Dead Man. Not on my list, but a very good movie. Probably my least favorite of the 3, but not because it's bad, just because I like the other 2 more. Um,
I need to rewatch the
very
first 2 before I make my own judgment
yeah.
on that.
It's a great mystery. It's a great little deep dive into Blanc's character. I just kind of preferred the other mysteries and the other side characters more for the other 2, but it is fantastic, and I will let you yap for a bit.
Yeah. I think the murder mystery aspect is because the murder mystery aspect has never really been the main point of these movies, where it's like the first movie, it's like you think you know who the killer is throughout most of the film until suddenly it's someone else. The second one, it's pretty easy to guess, just because of where the movie's going, and I think they were like reveal it halfway through too. Um,
Uh, for the second one, they reveal who it is like almost immediately. They're like, no, that's too obvious. No one's that stupid to do something so obvious and blatant in front of everyone. And the twist is, oh no, that guy really is just that stupid.
yep. Wonder who he could be commentary on. Um, and then number 3 is I think it was actually probably like the hardest one to guess. I guessed it earlier, just because of just going off of like the themes and the vibes. Um, but
I don't want to
genuinely,
say too much about it because it is a mystery and
yes.
but like yeah, sorry.
Uh, Spoiler alerts. We should have probably done that sooner. Um,
Yeah.
but uh, Knives Out or Wake Up Dead Man is this rumination on Christianity in a way I haven't really seen since like maybe like Moral Oral. Um,
Well, so you haven't seen it at all.
I have seen Moral Oral now. Um,
Finally.
and but just the way it talks about Christianity, and it gets more into the philosophy of it, and there's moments where you think, oh, is this going to be sort of anti-Christian, which I wouldn't necessarily be against, but that's just kind of
As a Christian, I would say it is not anti-Christian.
no. I would say it's very pro-Christian, very pro-Jesus, and I'm not someone who will claim to know what's going to happen once I pass, but
I do.
I I've been riveted by the philosophy of Christianity in recent, and I think Wake Up Dead Man really spoke to that, but it also spoke to a lot of my fears around it. Where you have this he almost feels like the main antagonist. He gets murked in like the first 20 minutes of the movie, um, where it's you have this character who is just kind of representative of a lot of the modern concerns around Christianity and all the harm it has the potential to do. But you also have this main protagonist who's all the good it can do, who represents all the good it can do. And I think it's just such a interesting. Like, I think it's my favorite Christian movie. I don't know if that's. I haven't seen that many. There's like, I don't know, maybe a few Christmas movies, but you know.
Christian movies, you want to count them: Prince of Egypt, and then just like Sloth.
Yeah, pretty much.
As a Christian, I'm allowed to say that it is 90% just absolute trash.
Do you like Jesus? Let's sing about it for 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed Wake Up Dead Man. Very very well made movie. I don't think it's as funny as the others. I don't think the mystery's as good as the others, but it is still fantastic. I'm still fully on board with these movies.
It's probably my favorite film trilogy right now, honestly.
That is fair. That is consistently solid.
Um, I mean, obviously, there's like a few contenders. You got the Lord of the Rings and the whatnots. You got the.
Sadly, you can no longer count Alvin Chipmunks because there's 4 films now.
I don't. I'm counting the 3. I'm counting the 3.
And that's your favorite. Anyways, should I go to my number 7?
Yeah, and I still have 2 movies I liked more than that, so we'll just think about that later.
It's still a little worrying that we do not have any shared ones. I know we're going to have the one. I thought we were going to have another one, but
So did I.
You've not said it yet. You've not said it yet. But it's later on my list, and it's later in yours. But anyways, it is not that. It is a video game for number 7. Another pretty new addition to my list. It is apparently the most controversial game of all time. But despite its notable flaws that I had, which really is more surface level stuff, not like anything super very easily to miss stuff that I had problems with. Very solid game that also fixed a franchise that I had some issues with. Yes.
I know you haven't played this game, but genuinely, the only thing I can think of is Silent Hill F.
It is not. It's Pokemon Legends ZA.
I forgot that game existed.
Yeah. Legends ZA. Very different take on the formula, where you're going around. You need to get like a ticket to fight a powerful trainer, and then they will be your like the boss, and you get to level up. You start at level Z. You need to rank up to level A. There's probably the strongest cast in Pokemon. Every character here is just so much fun. Very lively characters that always stick out in your brain. It's there's a bunch of new Mega forms. It's always great to get new forms of old Pokemon. It's just probably the most solid Pokemon's ever been, which is saying a lot because Pokemon's been very very rocky recently. So it's really great to just have just a unbastardly great fun game. Has a few flaws, of course. Kind of wish there was more new forms. I wish you have to constantly battle Mega Pokemon. It kind of alternates. First you do the rank up, and then you fight Mega Pokemon. I wish you could catch those Mega Pokemon, because you catch the first one. You fight Absol first. You can catch Absol, but you just can't catch the other ones. That's really lame, in my opinion. And of course, graphics aren't the best looking. But it is still a very fun, well-made game that I can kind of be, for the first time ever, I'm proud to say I'm Pokemon fan. It's just a really fun game.
I've really been wanting to play Legends ZA. But I probably won't. I'll probably just end up watching the Born Losers Gaming Let's Play of it, which will also be very fun. But the only thing I've seen of it is the Mega Starfy
Mega Starmie,
Starmie.
which is like they're just really tall.
They're so funny. I like them. Uh, but yeah, no. If I played this game, it would probably have made the list, but I have not.
Yeah. Um, you said you said your favorite game of the year, but I know that's a lie. But like, flip it later. So what's your number 6?
Oh yeah, that I guess that does count as a game. It feels like so much more than a game, but yeah, that.
Yeah.
Um,
What was number 6?
Number 6 is kind of a cop out. It's just one of. It's a YouTube channel, or it's actually a series of YouTube channels. And all, let's see, 4 or 5 of them have been consistently great, and it's something I'll watch a lot during lunch, and it's been. If I ever need rejuvenation, this is a good channel to turn to. And it's been so funny. It's been so charming. It's there's always something like new and exciting going on with this channel. And
4 or 5 channels.
you know this channel. I don't know if you'll guess it though.
Is it the Theory channels?
It is not. It's
Okay.
it's Smosh.
Okay, I've not seen Smosh since I was like 3.
I haven't. I never really cared about the sketches that Smosh did, and they don't really do that anymore. They do a lot more non-scripted stuff, and I've been loving their non-scripted stuff. They have a series called Board AF where they just play games, and you have this cast of maybe like 10-ish. I would have to count of like these like just genuine like at least their personas, they seem like very good people, but they're also very funny people. And it's just watching this group of people just be funny and hang out, and it's just they have like podcasts, and it's just been such a joy. It's been really funny. I haven't watched every episode they've came out. I'm not that far gone, but I'm constantly. I've probably watched a Smosh video nearly every day this year, and just it's some of the best comedy. A lot of, not all their videos are, not everything hits for me, and sometimes I'm just not feeling it. But when it hits, it hits, and it's so consistently good that it feels like a very reliable channel, and it's you know, it's been an absolute joy, and I wish there was some more like emotional story I could say. It's just good content. But yeah, no. They have been doing some slightly more sketch stuff. They have a show called on their main channel where they do non-scripted bits, and they have scripted bits in between the non-scripted bits, and I think that's been fun. Sometimes not all their scripted stuff hits still. Like they recently did an episode where everyone was bald, and the joke was that the theme was bald. And they got Trixie Mattel there for some reason, and it wasn't a very good episode. But they, whenever they do like board games and stuff, it's fun. That's what I like. And I've literally bought board games for family just because I've seen them played on Smosh, and I was like, oh, that's fun. I want to do that. Yeah, that's all I have.
Epic.
What's your number 6?
So, we talked about how anime has kind of been a little like lackluster, not in terms of like quality. Like, there's nothing big blowing up this year, and that goes freaking triple for Western animation. Outside of new seasons of like Has Been and Smiling Friends, like there's just been nothing notable for Western animation. It is really sad because this decade has just been like the worst for Western animation because they keep getting screwed over farther and farther, and no one really seems to really care that they're dying. But I don't think it's because we're not getting good shows. It's just that we're not focusing on these good shows. We'd rather focus on the bad stuff. Um, and one show this year I would think is among the best we've gotten this decade.
One of the best Western shows. I assume it's not that new project with the where every character is voiced by someone show and it's got like Adventure Time people on it. I assume it's not that. Good animation.
That's right. It's Freddy's or Freddy's 2.
How'd you know? Uh,
Yeah.
what is it?
It is Common Side Effects.
Oh, I've seen this, or I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah. It is a adult swim show. It is very funny and wacky and creative. I genuinely thought it was like animated by a. It's not. It's not by. Both its humor and its art style reminds me a lot of Worthikins, the Big Top Burger guy.
Ooh,
It's not by him as far as I know. He's no part of this, but it looks so much like his style. It has the very same, very loose, feels like it's ad lib style that he has in his stuff. It's about this one guy who was he was a drug dealer. Uh, he makes drugs. But it's not like an anti-drug message or a pro-drug message. It's just like what he does. He got involved with like this woman who's trying to get these drugs and stuff, and they're being followed by the police. And it's just a really creative, fun show. It has a story, and it does take itself seriously, but it's still really, really funny. Mike Judd appears in it, and he's just Hank Hill. He just plays Hank Hill again, just in this random show.
Sick.
Same voice and everything. It is great. It's super well animated. It is already confirmed to have a season 2, and I cannot wait for more.
yeah, Adult Swim's really been nailing it recently. I feel like.
Yeah, Adult Swim, I think, is like kind of carrying animation. Then and arguably probably Prime, because I'd argue the two biggest shows right now are just Invincible and Has-Been. Smiling Friends not too far after. So yeah, very great show. Really excited to see more. I really hope it gets more limelight, because it's been kind of buried by Smiling Friends.
Yeah, no, that sounds interesting.
And again, it's higher than Death Down, so you have to watch.
Yeah, it's because it was Adult Swim. It's like you can never. I feel like everything on Adult Swim is either kind of dog ass or like one of the best things ever. So it's good to know that this is more on the other side of the thing.
As someone who had to watch every Adult Swim show this year, you're right.
Yeah.
It is like the biggest coin flip of a studio of all time. And then there's the one time where the coin went on its side, which was Rick and Morty.
Wubba lubba dub dub.
So what's your number 5? Holy frick, top 5?
Wow.
We still have not have a single like tie.
This one, I don't think you've seen this movie. I saw this movie last night.
Oh.
And it was like, man, I haven't really watched that many original movies. But you know what? There's this one movie I've been talking about seeing for so long, and I know I'll like it. And I know, it's like, because I was like really looking, I was like, man, I really haven't seen that much stuff from 2025. And it was like, you know what? Let me go see if I can find this on the streaming services. And I did, and I watched it. And originally it was like, no, this is too recent. I'm not going to put it on the list, right? This isn't for the list. This is just for me. But then I kept watching, and it was so gripping. And it was this beautiful mix of intensely intriguing and genuinely horrifying in a way I really haven't felt from a movie. And it was just spectacular.
I don't know. I don't. This could be a lot of films, really. So what is it?
Sinners.
My number 5 is also Sinners. Exact number.
Your number 5 is also Sinners?
Both our number 5 are Sinners. I'm not joking. This is really one of number 5.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Okay, so I guess we can both talk at the exact same time then.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We just talk about it at the same time. Just 3, 2, 1, go. We just both overlap. No.
Is it Sinners? It can't be Sinners. No, it can't. We can't have the exact number. We can't go 10 entries with 0 shares, and then we get the number 5 to the exact same one on the exact same position. It can't be. It can't be. And it is.
That's genuinely crazy.
That's genuinely really funny. So, yeah, Sinners, it got a lot of buzz. I got to it a bit late. Not as late as you did, apparently, but, like, a lot of buzz. Like, it cannot be that good. It is that good. It is that good. It might be my favorite of Ryan Coogler's work. It shows, like, the way it takes its message and also takes its aesthetic and just blends them together so perfectly. It is just a fantastic movie. It does the horror well. It does the music well. It just does everything well.
Yeah, because it's a film on. Mind you, I just saw it, so I don't have like the deepest like thoughts on like the themes and whatnot. I think it's about gentrification. It's at least in some part about gentrification. And it's, you know, this idea of black people have seen some crazy shit over over American history, but they still have the music. There's still all this art, all this culture. There's so many, you know. It genuinely feels like this love letter to being black, while also having this horrifying acknowledgement of what that can also entail.
What came before, yeah.
Because we're, you know...
we're white. We're very white.
No, I was going to say, we're in this age where there's this... I mean, obviously, where black horror has really become... It's becoming
kind of
almost
like
mainstream.
Subgenre.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's
like after Jordan
Out.
Peele kind of broke in with Get Out, and also did Us and Nope. Like it did kind of not only like it is just mainstream. It is one of the most well received horror like films of all time.
Yeah,
and Sinners also is in that same boat.
And it's you know, and it works because it's like. Yes, it has a specifically black focus, but it's also, you know, there's, you know, it's human, right? And all good horror is human, and this is so human and so earnest, and it's talking about. You can tell when a creator of a movie is genuinely kind of scared by the thing they're talking about, and I can feel that in this, where it's like, you know, in like the fucking FNAF movie, it's like they're not scared of the animatronics. But here it's like, oh, you know, there is this just genuine acknowledgement of like, man, bad shit can just happen to you. And it won't even be for a good reason. And it was a very satisfying movie. There's so many good characters. I loved that they all immediately were like, okay, vampires, let's get crazy. You know, okay, let's prepare. And... everything felt really solid. Everything felt so well. All the characters felt so well written, and it was like it genuinely like I had to like get up and I started pacing while watching the movie. The scenes where they're talking to the vampires was some of the most engrossing dialogue I've ever felt. Of just. Because there's so many odd little choices, like, oh, the main villain's Irish? Why are they Irish? Because this is a movie that leads you to try and think about the world like that. And, you know, you Michael B. Jordan as twins was initially kind of hard to get used to because that was like the one thing where it's like, oh right, I'm watching a movie. But once some stuff goes down, um, that's when it really starts to work. Having these Michael B. Jordan play twins, and it's just so phenomenal. It should probably be higher. I wanted it to be higher, but I'm like,
I do kind of
it's
also
recency
agree.
bias, you know?
Yeah.
It's the most recency bias I could possibly have over a film. Where I watched it and I literally looked at my list and I'm like, yeah, number five. And the only, uh, and it could be
Is
higher.
that why you only had one honorable mention because you booted off something last second?
Yep. Which we can talk about, maybe right before we do number one. We can talk about honorable
Yeah.
mentions.
Um, I guess now I'm throwing this back to you. What's your number four?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Do you want to talk about it anymore?
No, I pretty much said everything I needed to say, and you said everything else I could.
Okay. Number four is my favorite movie of 2025. I was going through. It wasn't depression. It was just genuine um, anxiety and emotional pain over the world. It felt a lot like depression, and it's still there. But this movie was one of the first things to help me get away from this dark spiral I was going down, because I just, and this word will give it away immediately. I just genuinely needed that little bit of hope, and this movie
Yeah.
gave it to me. So
When I kept saying I think there's two shared that we have, I knew this was going to come eventually. It's Superman, right?
yeah, where'd you rank it?
Um, this is my number three.
Okay, we can
What?
talk about it then.
Okay.
What's your
So I
number
guess
four?
we're throwing it back to me for number four. This one was a bit of a surprise. It was a movie I wanted to watch. Is like looking through my list of movies that I needed to watch. Like, oh, okay, I can hit this one out. Was not expecting to love it this much. For what seemed like such a simple, basic, almost boring premise, one of the most gripping movies I've ever seen in my life. Um, and I don't really know what else to say without spoiling more of it.
Is it FNAF 2?
Oh my god! Oh my god! No! No! It's not FNAF 2! I hate FNAF 2! I'm banning FNAF 2! If you say...
That's the last time. That's the last time, I promise.
The Long Walk! It's the Long Walk! Oh my god! Kill yourself
Alright.
that likes to send FNAF 2. Don't actually kill yourself. Just only, kill the part of you that likes FNAF 2. Remove it from your list. So The Long Walk is, it is based off a Stephen King novel, and it is kind of like another one of those you do this challenge and then you get a prize kind of things. But it is the most simple, basic thing ever. You and a bunch of other people are walking in a line, and uh, if you slow down a few times, you get shot. You can never stop ever. You have three warnings, and if you miss your warnings, you are shot and killed. Um, and it is just like, how long can you endure? So it is literally just these guys walking and talking to each other and learning about each other. And there's one guy who starts to bully. He gets one guy's killed. He feels awful about it. There's other people like talking about what they will do with the money and why they need to be here. Just seeing the gang slowly grow closer and closer together, like getting genuinely upset when some of their members die, despite knowing that they started off knowing only one can ever win. They love these people so much, and they're constantly followed by these guards and giant tanks. They don't need to be in tanks. They're not going to shoot them with the tank. They're shooting with guns. But they just seem so imposing. And besides one guy who's played by Mark Hamill, who has of course has this big gruff voice that always seems above everyone. Everyone else is maskless goons who just feel so inhuman, despite just being guys in suits. It is such a gripping film that I am so glad I managed to squeeze in the last second. I watched this in December. Um, definitely a lot different than a lot of other films I would usually talk about, especially because again we're going to talk about Superman right now. Um, but it is great. It is a fantastic movie.
That's interesting. Stephen King is always he's really the Adult Swim of horror book writers.
He is. He is. Just because like his best stuff I was arguing is usually not his horror stuff. Because this isn't like a horror. It's just like again, it's just people walking in a line. There's no monsters. There's nothing supernatural. It is just people walking until they can't walk anymore.
Yeah. You know what? I'll put it on the list.
Again, love Death Battle.
Yeah. That's totally out of left field. I think I heard about it. I don't even know if I heard that it was Stephen King. I think I've just heard the name before.
Yeah, I did do a review of it in I've just watched. But again, I this is like when I was doing a lot of stuff because it was in December where I was really hitting everything else I needed to hit.
Yeah.
Was not expecting it to make it this. I didn't like again. It does not feel like a super me coded movie. So I was a little shocked when it like I'm looking over my list like, no, this has to be like this is top 5.
Yeah.
Which, but it's not did not make number 3.
All right, so we're talking about my number
3, yeah, and then we'll talk about Superman.
Okay. So this is another series of YouTube channels.
Oh my god! Every time I think we're done, you keep pulling them back.
What's worse is that it is Minecraft.
Oh no! Is this the freaking Dream Recipe or whatever? I don't even know if it's still going on.
No. Hermitcraft.
This is about Superman. Like you're just talking. Oh, Superman is like pulling out of a depressive spiral and gave me hope. Anyways, Hermitcraft's better.
Yeah, kinda.
I swear to God, is number 1 the Minecraft movie? Are you hitting me with the Minecraft movie jump scare?
Listen, when Steve's singing about lava chicken, okay? No, it's not on there. I haven't even seen it in full. Hermitcraft is a series of, I think, around, 13 to 15 Minecrafters. And they're all just genuine artists. And it's literally just kind of like the modern evolution to like watching Bob Ross, especially with some of the really good builders like B-Dubs and Good Times with Scar, Gemini Tay. There's so many I could list, and it's just there is something so satisfying about seeing someone start in this game where it starts off about just get the iron, get the wood, get the food, be safe, get shelter, and then watching that quickly transform into these beautiful art projects of these incredible bases, of this insane redstone, of and sometimes they'll even have like storylines about their characters, which never goes to Dream SMP, but it's always like it's always just a little bit of extra narrative fun, and it's such a strong sense of community that Hermitcraft has, especially since season 10, where it's these people who just genuinely respect one another, and you can really feel that because this is like old YouTube. A lot of these guys are like classic YouTubers where where they actually feel like human people instead of modern days where it's like this feels like something that's like fully escaped the Mr. Beastification of YouTube, where it's these longer series of here's part 55 or whatever, and where it's just okay, part 55 we're gonna be making an iron farm, and it just feels just like just genuine art, and it's turned Minecraft Let's Plays into this super engaging thing, and it's Superman gave me that sense of hope, but just something about I wish I could be more emotional about it or have some more emotional tie to it. I just it's watching all the artists. You can because I've watched them long enough to where I've seen them like improve, and it's just watching these people get better and watching the sense of community. It feels genuinely aspirational of seeing how funny these people be, seeing how creative they can be, seeing just the the hermitcraft world. It has become just my genuine favorite like visual project of any given year of whatever, and it's just always such a delight to see, and the way they take Minecraft and truly make it into something their own is I love it. I love it so much. And there's some really funny people on there too. Mumbo Jumbo, Skizzleman, Rendog, um, Etho, Good Times with Scar. There's some just genuinely really funny people. So it's good comedy. It's good art. There's a lot of really calm hermits, and like XP Crafted, and that'll like genuinely be perfect for like if I'm trying to go to bed and I'm someone who's really struggles with sleeping. And Hermitcraft is like the first thing I go to if I'm struggling with sleeping. Something to listen to right before bed. But also I'll just watch it during the daytime, just for fun. Especially the more energetic hermits like Grian or Joel, I'll watch during the daytime, and it's just such a part of my daily routine, and it's just it's aspirational. It's calming. It's a lot of days just the exact thing I need. Um, yeah, that's my piece.
Chicken jockey.
I will say it would be better if there were like 1,000 of them though, and they simulated like a rich and poor. I think that would be cool too. But
Chicken jockey.
I'm gonna blow up your Minecraft base.
Chicken jockey.
Why are you saying it like how the kids say 6'7"? Chicken
Six
jockey.
seven. 6'7". Chicken jockey, Superman.
Yeah, before you lose your mind, let's talk about Superman.
Yeah. um. Yeah. Probably my favorite film of the year. It is a favorite film of the year. It is just it's just what I needed at the time. It's just nice. It's just it's good. It's good. You all know it's good. Everyone knows it's good. It's it is just it's hope. It's hope in the form of a movie. Um, hope for a better future. Hope for a better DC universe. Uh, Lex Luthor is a phenomenal villain. Superman himself is just everything I want. You ever want him to be. He's nice. He's humble. He's a bit of a dork, but he's wise beyond his years. He is just kind of exactly what I needed from Superman. I love the Justice Society. They're all really fun characters. It looks great. It's just a great movie.
Yeah, I've already hinted toward my feelings for the movie, where it's just one the punk rockers has become part of my playlist. The main theme is so good. Crypto is obviously awesome, but it's just as someone who even to my withered old age, I still have this just genuine fantasy of being a superhero, of because it's like you see a Superman, it's like, man, I just want to be that, and watching, I don't know, watching someone do the things that you just genuinely wish you could do, like stopping certain conflicts going on in the world. It's just genuinely like, it makes you feel seen. It makes me feel seen of just, I just want to be a good person. And it's nice to know that it feels like there's other people out there who just genuinely want to be good people. And that's not always something that you see nowadays. It can be easy to forget that good people still exist, and this movie felt like a reminder that they're still around, that there is genuine good in the world.
Yes.
Yeah. So my number 2, or do you want to talk more?
No. I said everything I needed to say.
Okay. Number 2 is the funniest comedy show of 2025. It is the funniest thing I've seen all year. I've rewatched several episodes of this, which I rarely do for TV shows. I rarely do for game shows. And it's just so funny, and it's one of those shows that truly could go on forever, and I would never get mad at it for that. You this isn't on your list. You haven't seen this, but it's so good.
Is this I don't know if I continued on, but like the thing you talked in the Dropout episode?
Yeah, this is Game Changers.
Thank you. The name escaped me, but yeah.
Game Changer. The name Game Changer, or the game changes every show. It is so funny. The first episode starts off with, I could literally name most of just the episodes, even though it's been months since I've seen any of them. I could go into each episode. I can go into why it works. But it does this Mosh thing where it's like there's this like larger group of people that regularly show up, but it has this vibe of like comedy that just also just cares about feeling nice, feeling good. Where you have people who you wanna watch everyone succeed on the show, and you have this finale of one of the biggest rivalries going on in the show, which is one of the most competitive contestants versus the game show host himself, and they like kind of go to a head at the final finale. And it's one of those moments where even though season 8 has been confirmed, that's like, wow, this show that could go on forever, if it had to end, that would have been like a perfect episode to end it. And there's so many funny episodes. There's so many moments I think about. I've been trying to give people my dropout information, my dropout account information, because I just want people to watch this show. It's so good. It's so funny. And I made the entire dropout video just to show how much I love Game Changers.
I respect that. I respect that hardcore.
Which was a good move, because now it's my most popular video.
Yeah.
And that was also... the making of that video was very meaningful to me. It was a very fun process, and seeing the reception of everyone commenting that I got a name wrong once, it was beautiful to see.
That's how you know you made it as a YouTuber, where the entire comment section is just pointing out an extremely minor mistake everyone knows what you meant anyways. Like, you're not a YouTuber until that happens.
Yeah, and then I made a YouTube short where I intentionally made the exact same mistake, and that was funny. Even though the first time it was a genuine mistake. But yeah, that whole video was just to show how much I love Game Changers. And it's such a good show. It's so good. It's so funny. I love non-scripted comedy so much. And Smosh has been a big proponent of that, but Dropout, or Game Changer specifically, has been such a big proponent of that, where it's like, this is peak comedy. I also really wanted to include Taskmasters, because that's also a show I really love. That can be another honorable mention. But this show takes a lot of what I love about Taskmasters and just takes it even further and goes, even further beyond. And there's also some episodes with genuine pathos where like they do because you've seen so many game shows where it's like, oh, they get a reward cash reward at the end, and oh, that's nice. But like there's one episode about Jacob Hisaki, who's this great comedian, and they really it really feels like an episode dedicated just showing him how loved he is, and it just genuinely felt like a present for him specifically. Like you're watching someone get like the best Christmas gift of their life, and there is such like a genuine pathos there where it's so endearing to watch. And there's also a lot of really funny gags in it, and there's this one episode where they keep changing the rules, and eventually the contestants become the host, and it's so wacky and wild. It's got Anna Garcia in it. She's hilarious. It's the funniest show in general. It's the funniest show, and season 7 was one of its best. And
I've always had some interest in Dropout, and more specifically in Game Changers. Your video is what it's like. I need to watch this eventually. It's just I am just so busy with stuff.
Yes.
Who knows if I can get through the web show video pretty quickly, I might ask you, because you even offered. You'll give me your account information.
Yeah. If you weren't the guy who watches who's already watching every other show ever, I would be like, hey, what if you watched Dropout?
Yeah.
But since you are watching literally every other show, you can get it passed.
Eventually I'm going to run out of stuff. Eventually I'm going to be like, I can't tie together stuff anymore.
Eventually it's like, oh, I've watched every single animation.
I have created. I am cartoons now.
You'll just become the Watchmen Blue guy. Where it's like, oh.
I'll be some Dr. Manhattan, yeah. So I take this to my number 2, right? And I will say my number 2. It made me go bananas.
Donkey Kong Bonanza.
I could do an elaborate build up, but like you get it. Let's just move on. We're showing
one.
Yeah, but we'll get to that later. 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 I want to set it up. I want to set up number 1. That's my thing.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it after.
We'll talk about it.
Okay. Yeah. But Donkey Kong Bonanza is just a fun game. It is just so much fun. It's you going around smashing stuff. It is some of the most tight, fun controls of all time, where Donkey Kong can do so much with a somewhat limited technique and toolkit. It is a love letter to Donkey Kong franchise. Pauline brings in so much fun mechanics with the whole Bonanza mechanics, which just gives Donkey Kong so much more to do. All the worlds are all beautiful and vibrant and unique. It is so fun just to smash stuff and destroy the world, and then find stuff that you get awarded for smashing the world. It is not a complicated game, but it is fun. That's all that matters. It is just pure fun in a video game.
I was initially I watched Born's Gaming play this. Seems real interesting.
That's not what you said earlier. That's not that you hide from your past self.
It didn't look that interesting. It just smashing blocks.
You haven't even played the game. You're just saying from clips you've seen, oh, I don't think this game is good. Why do people like this game that I haven't even played? Huh, dummy? Dumb idiot?
I just think it looks like you're pressing the same button a lot.
That's how video games work! You press buttons and stuff happens! And it's fun! So, yeah, I guess we don't have much to say because you haven't played it because you're a cuck. So, let's just, you do your honorable mention and I'll do my 50 bajillion.
So my honorable mention is, I won't even hint at it. It was Doctor Who series 15. I loved a lot of the episodes. I loved the new companion it had. I love Shurigawa. Shurigatwa is gonna go down as one of the. He should have just gotten more, and I don't fully know why he hasn't gotten more episodes. It seems like he's being replaced by Billie Piper, who played Rose, and it's like she's a good actress, but that's weird having the Doctor play a companion. It technically makes sense with the lore. The Doctor has taken other people's faces in the past before. That's not really my issue, but it's just like, well, what are we doing here? And that came off with one of the most disappointing finales any Doctor has gotten, because not only is it the series 15 finale, it's also Shurikawa's last episode, and it did not do him justice. And it's weird because I feel like Russell T Davies has had a lot of the best finales. Like, I think Series 3's finale is one of the best Doctor Who finales, period. But Series 15 just was rough, dude. I was so excited to watch that episode, and I was like talking. I was like, man, I can't wait till this episode comes out. Like, I was telling my mom, like, man, I've just been refreshing until this new episode comes out. And then you're like, you know what? Hey, if you want, you can watch it on the big TV while everyone's around. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll watch it on the big TV while everyone's around. And it just sucked ass.
Oh, that's... I was kind of questioning, like, you're like the biggest Doctor Who fan I know. How on earth is this not on the list? And now, okay, now that makes sense.
But there were a lot of episodes I really liked. I really liked Lux. I really liked The Well. I liked, again, Belinda Chandra, such a fun companion. She should have stuck around more. She didn't really have a solid ending. They just kind of gave her a kid and then just dropped her off somewhere. And it's like, that's so lame. It didn't work for me, but it did have some really good moments. And there's more Doctor Who coming in 2026. I'm interested still in it. I want to see what they do with the Rose Doctor, if that even is the Doctor as Rose, or if it's some weird thing.
Rocker.
Yeah, but all right. I don't think you can talk about each one as long as I just talk about Doctor.
I'm not going. I'm really just going to say the title. If you want me to talk more about them, I will. I might say like a sentence or two. So we already brought up Mario Kart World and Predator Killers. Summer Hikaru Died is a really fun like horror anime of a shapeshifter taking the form of a dead person, and their former friend needs to kind of adapt to that. Hazard Season 2 almost made the list. It is objectively one of the worst things on here, but it had such an effect on me that I still think about it to this day, and I'm going to make a Hazard video out tomorrow, I believe. From when I'm recording this, I'm not sure when you're posting this. I just couldn't justify it over objectively better stuff, but it is something that has stuck with me. Kirby Air Riders, I've only played for like 2 hours, but it's Kirby, so I need to mention it. Squid Game, I watched the entire show. Obviously, only season 2 and 3 matter for this, but I can see why it's praised. I just think I got into it on the weaker seasons. Twisted Metal was a really fun take on the game, which I have not played, but like it's a really fun cast of characters and fun world. Phase and Forever, King of the Hill, Gumball, really fun new takes on some of my favorite cartoons. All kind of bring them back to their roots while evolving a bit. So I just need to see a bit more, especially with Phineas and Ferb. Devil vs. Peter Griffin rap battle is funny, and I should have put on the list because it was hysterical. Flying Friends Season 3 is definitely the weakest season, but it's still Flying Friends, it's still very high quality. Apollo's Hotel is a really fun anime that is about a bunch of people moving into... it's a human setting up a hotel, and it's like vampires and monsters come in. It's a really cute series with a really fun story. A Medalist is a nice anime. It is a sports anime of people like trying to learn to be ice skaters. It's great. One After Another is a really well-made movie. Probably should have made the list because it's better objectively than most of the other things here. But like, it's funny to talk about Death Battle. League 17, pretty much the same thing. K-pop Demon Hunters is something I'm super shocked that neither of us had on our list.
K-pop Demon
Definitely the
Hunter should
biggest-
also be an honorable mention for me, probably.
I kind of figured if you actually wrote down more, it would have been on there. Probably the biggest movie of the year. I think it's a little overrated. Because only two characters matter, and it's a story I've seen before. It kind of just throws them again, but it is a very well-made movie with songs I still go back to. And then Not Just a Goof is a really great documentary about making Goofy movie, and it's just a really well-made documentary that doesn't feel like it's corporate.
That's a movie I really want to watch too.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus, of course.
Yes.
So this year has given us a lot of great stuff. It's given us a lot of great movies, a lot of great TV shows, a lot of great cartoons, a lot of great web series. But also, I should throw it on. I just thought of this right now. Digital Circus has been pretty great recently.
I almost included Digital Circus. I
probably would have if I didn't think about it. If I thought about it sooner, I probably would have been 100% real. But anyways, no, you know, a lot of great things. And being real, my number one is not my overall favorite. Superman gave me a lot more to it. Calling is a lot more of a fun game. Sinners and Long Rock are significantly more well-made products. I thought Common Side Effects was funny, right? Blah blah blah. This is not the overall best thing of the year, but when I'm thinking of what defined 2025 to me, what stuck with me the most, what brought me closer to other people the most, what changed my life the most from this year when it comes to new media, it really could only go down to one thing. And I kind of figured it was going to be the same for Robin, too. So it fit very well. Without further ado, my number one...
Deadpool versus
Robin's
Peter
number
Griffin
one.
rap battle.
The Deadpool versus Peter Griffin. I was gonna do FNAF 2. You ruined everything. Gosh dang it.
So you're allowed to bring up that game, but I'm not?
Yes.
Okay.
Deadpool versus Peter Griffin rap battle. It is one of the most well-made things I've ever seen. I'll Giggity Lois and make some more constructs. How could you get better? Delirium Chapter 3 and 4. Do you want to start this? Do you want me to start this? This is your channel. What do you want to do?
You are more than aware of how much I can talk about Deltarune.
I guess I just probably...
You should get your piece in before...
I should go first, because if I don't go first, then I won't be able to speak.
Yes.
Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4. Again, probably not overall the best thing I've watched this year, I've experienced this year, because it's a big game. And if we just said like things we experienced for the first time this year would not be number one and started in time, finished it, frick you. But like, I was so engrossed with this video game, with these chapters. I did not think Deltarune could beat Undertale. I thought like it's gonna be great, but you can't beat Undertale. That's Undertale. I think it's safe to say 3 and 4 did it. 3 and 4 finally blasted ahead of Undertale. Susie is now just a super dynamic character. I'm seeing some people say that she's like a generational character now, and she's like people constantly comparing her to like Superman and Goku and Sonic and like these other like these icons of fiction. For who's arguably I would say probably the least popular of the fun gang prior to these games, but she's now like one of just the best characters ever, really. Chapter 3 is like a lighter series where we dive a bit more into like the psyche of the characters and what they're thinking while having these fun dynamics. And we introduce Tenna, who's just a fantastic villain. He is so funny. He is so bombastic, and his animations are great, while also having this story of being abandoned, how he doesn't want to be abandoned, which I can relate to very well. And then chapter 4, having this like dark kind of gothic church aesthetic, while still like having these fun fantasy vibes. Gerson is just a fantastic character, with how he's this writer, and he's dead kind of, but he's still like living on, helping like the next generation, and we still have the fun vibe of this universe, just the Dark Worlds. Um, and then Rousey's big speech at the end just broke me. That was uh, uh, that's just like one of the best like moments I've seen in any piece of media this year. That just made me feel sane, just of how Rousey just feels like he's just it's hard to put into words. All while it's still super fun. The gameplay is still just fantastic and it keeps adding new things to itself. And we get like more mysteries with the night and everything that it represents, and uh, like how bad Frisk's home sorry Chris's home life seems to be with Toriel kind of neglecting them. It's and that's just not even going into like the community. Uh, like undeniably, these two games have kind of overtaken the internet more than anything. It's everywhere. I keep seeing fan art even to this day. Like stuff usually peters out after a few months. Like what there's just not much you can do. Cavity Hunter is a great example. Like it was big, but like eventually it had to die out. Dawn Bonanza and it had to eventually die out. Superman had to eventually die out. Deltarune has been going strong for over half a year at this point. It is still everywhere. You cannot escape Deltarune Chapter 2 and 3, and I think that's kind of for the best. It made such an impression on people. It's like not introducing that many like new characters or worlds. It's just that good of a series of games that it just has seeps up into pop culture. I've seen people kind of worry that like will Deltarune become to Undertale what like Dragon Ball Z is to Dragon Ball, where it just is so much bigger that it just overtakes it in the pop culture sphere, which I don't think will ever happen. I think Undertale is way too important of a game to be like forgotten that fast. But like that kind of shows to show like how big Deltarune has gotten. Is it the best game ever made? No. I think there's a lot better. Again, I think Donkey Kong is a bit more of a fun game, but like when it comes to like what is the piece of media I experienced in 2025 that came out this year. That came out this year. I think it just kind of has to be Deltarune. It is kind of the thing that made my year. Also, this dork over here, they kept sending me art of it. Well, you can now rant for like 10 years or something.
I have always struggled with releasing videos at a fast rate. I've made. It'll take me maybe. I've had it where it's, maybe one video will take me several months. There's still that Arsene Lupin video, that someday will be made. Um,
Really?
Deltarune chapters 3 and 4 were so good. I made 3 videos, which I think in total were over an hour's worth of content. I made 3 videos in 1 month, just out of sheer love and passion. Deltarune is my favorite game of all time, and I've said this. And I know it's not fully out yet, and that's honestly probably part of the reason why it's my favorite. Because there's still more to talk about, there's still more to speculate. Oh, what's going to happen in Chapter 5? When I think about Deltarune, I think about all the great videos, the Molly Stars, the Spooky Dude. There's so many great theory videos, and I love that. It's like the FNAF community, but it actually feels like we're going to get an answer one day. There's so much great art, and but it's like also, but when it comes to like the theories, it's like I have my own. I call it the eternity theory, where I don't think the weird route is going to have like a proper ending. I think it's just going to go on forever and ever. And I've talked about that in a video before, in my predictions video, and I still really think that's true. Um, or at least it's like, it's really cool having this. I don't know. It almost feels, it makes the game feel more personable now that I can, talk, now that there's all this stuff to talk about, to theorize on. But I mean, just forgetting that for a second, it's a great story. Because as much as I'm so quick to get into the weeds of like, oh, what does Castor represent? Oh, what's the Eggman? Just the actual story of Deltarune means so much to me. Of I made one of my videos on the Undertale's 10th anniversary, and it sort of got overtaken by Deltarune. Where one of the big focal points is I talk about this one Susie monologue in chapter 3, and one of my biggest loves in life is change. And watching Susie change and how her change feels so similar to the ways I've changed over the years. It is genuinely that thing of, it really makes me feel just this intense tie with this character of, this is a character who gets me. It's like Superman. I feel so seen by Susie. And I don't even fully know if she's my favorite, because then you have Chris, and I love all the things they're doing with Chris. I've never been as about the meta-narrative stuff, like when it comes to Undertale, as like a lot of other people have. I think what has been done with Chris is fantastic. I think this idea of feeling powerless, feeling like you're being controlled, and having that be told with Chris not saying a single word, and often, you as the player, it's so easy to be like, oh, right, I'm controlling Chris, so they're cool with whatever I do. And that's just not the case. And it's so fascinating, and I love, because it was hinted at chapter 2, where, and it was at the point where it kind of felt like fan theory, or it almost felt like it was part of the regular canon. But then you go back in chapter 2, it's like, oh, they don't really explore that idea that much. Besides, certain moments here and there where it's like, what's going on here? This could be a number of things. But then chapter 4 comes out, and there's that scene at Noelle's house, and it explores Chris so well. And it's like the first time you really see Chris. And I think that's just one of the most fantastic moments. Then there's Rousey, and you've already talked about Rousey. Rousey is great. There's so much about Rousey specifically I could have talked about. There's a reason why their outfit was the one I chose to have my character wear. Of just Rousey having this feeling of this need to care about other people more than they care about themselves, which is something I've been struggling with in a lot of recent years. This year probably more than any, where it's I feel this need to care about other people more than I care about myself. And it's for different reasons, and it's a very different vibe, but it's still very much there. And the game's also really fucking funny. I love Tenna. I think he's such a great gag. And I'm trying to keep it just to chapters 3 and 4, but I could talk about Queen. I could talk about Lancer. I could talk about Rule's Card. But I'll just talk about chapters 3 and 4. I think Tenna is really funny. I think Gerson's really funny. I feel like people forget about just how funny Gerson is, or just how much he just messes with Susie in particular. But Tenna's this wacky character. The humor dynamic between the main three of Chris, Susie, and Rousey is also so good. Very rarely, it really feels like it captures just these genuine small bonding moments in this really fantastic way. Of the game doesn't feel. The game really sells the friendship, not even through the big moments, but just through the little moments of oh, Susie steals Rousey's glasses. Oh, Susie and Rousey are playing video games while waiting for Chris. Oh, Chris just randomly starts barking around Susie. And it's all those moments where it's you really get to feel just how much these characters care for one another. And I also I totally predicted Death Knight. Totally got that right. I'm a genius.
Literally everyone predicted Death Knight. That's like one of the most popular fan theories.
Before chapters 3 and 4 released, it was not.
Ripping in half.
Most people were like, "Oh, it's Noelle's mom. Oh, it's friend inside me."
Papyrus.
Yeah, Papyrus. Oberon Smog. People thought it was the pastor, and it's like, nope. But I predicted deaths. I did it. My entire evidence was it's kind of like Mother 3, but I was right.
I mean, it hasn't been confirmed yet. In fairness,
I'm right. I know it.
It's Papyrus, baby. Papyrus Knight is real.
That is the one big problem with Deltarune. There isn't any Papyrus yet. Zero to 10.
I really just hope. I really just hope that he appears in Chapter 7 and he's in town. He just says, "Hey, yo, it's Papyrus." That's it.
It says, "Hi, the great Papyrus. I was on a work trip. What the hell happened here? I swear now in Deltarune." I think the Deltarune community has been great. Again, the theories, but there's so much art, so many good memes. Deltarune has some of the best memes I've found in fan community. Fan communities so often have terrible memes, and there are very bad Deltarune memes, but there's also some really good ones, and that's really surprising for a fandom this big. There's already great like little story art stories. And
I do appreciate it. Like the Susie's idea meme, we just spawned for someone saying this could be a meme, and the fandom was just like, you know what? You're right. Yeah, it is one now. Like it's one of the few times I've seen someone just say like, I'm gonna make a meme. I'm gonna like, if you want to force a meme, and the fandom was just like, you know, yeah, no, you're right. This is a meme now. I agree.
Yeah, and also, sorry, I just need to talk more about Deltarune. The art is
you haven't
beautiful.
done that enough yet.
Yeah,
I don't think you've discussed this
I
game enough.
cannot wait till I can start making Deltarune videos again. I'm waiting until Chapter 5.
Which apparently is coming out 2026.
And I believe it. They just need to translate some stuff and work out a few kinks. But it's mostly just the translation right now, which is exciting. But the art is fantastic. One of Undertale's biggest. There's so many talented artists that Toby has hired for Deltarune, and the music is so good. I love Toby Fox's music, possibly as much as I love Jamie Page's music. Though it's very different things, and it's very hard to compare. The gameplay is also really fun. On my own, I started trying to do the no-hit challenge, where every time I get hit once, I would just close the game. And that was so much fun for me. And I eventually stopped around Chapter 2. I got past the second Birdly fight. And I was like, okay, I need to take a break, and then I just haven't been back since. But I just genuinely love playing Deltarune. I've played the final boss of Chapter 4 maybe 5 times now. And some of that was just for recording purposes. Where, yeah. And again, there's so many tiny things I love. Like, Deltarune has my favorite song name in any video game, and that's in Chapter 4, The Place Where It Rained. Which is just such a cool moment. And this, huge, narrative. It feels like this huge narrative arc that's paid off after 10 years. That just, you can only really know if you read the song titles. Every single character, Jockington, Toriel, Noel, Birdly. Everyone has something to talk about. Everything.
Every single character you could say first, freaking Jockington.
Jockington is going to be the secret boss of Chapter 6. Mark my fucking words.
Jockington is friend.
Jock-
Because he's the snake in the boot.
Jockington is friend. I'm glad you understand my perspective.
Yeah, I kind of want to cut you off here because I know if I don't, you will keep talking for like another 20 minutes.
That is correct. My voice hurts. I will allow this.
Yeah, I kind of like obviously number one was going to be Deltarune. I would be shocked if it was anything but Deltarune. I'm sure you probably weren't expecting. What were you expecting my number one to be?
I thought Deltarune would be high up. I didn't actually know if it'd be number one or not. I was thinking. I honestly didn't really have any clue. I didn't put too much like forethought into it. I was just wondering if we would have any overlap, and I guessed Superman and Deltarune, and I was right. I expected Fiona and Cake.
Fiona and Cake, that I didn't put that in. I'll mention, didn't I? No, frick. Okay. It's a very rocky season. It's a very rocky, like up and down season.
Unfortunate.
I should put that on mention. So that's on me. But like, it's not like a bad season, but it's a very slow. It's unlike the first season, which very masterfully rose together to two main plot points. This one just kind of stops to talk about point A, and then it stops to talk about point B, and they don't really connect a lot super well. So should be able to mention that's on me. I was dumb, but it did fall a bit short. I've seen so much stuff this year. I'm doing the big end of the year video. 116 different things.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that that's only from 2025, sorry. Only from 2025.
This was just a good year for entertainment, at least for me.
Yeah.
I went back and most of my stuff has been from the older eras. But yeah, I think this was I was very entertained this year.
Yeah. Very good year. A lot of great movies and shows and games and web nonsense. I feel like I've seen a lot of what you've talked about. Most of what you talk about is TV shows. Might be a bit harder to get me to watch. But I'm definitely willing to eventually watch Game Changers. I just need to free up my schedule.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
Yeah, and the other thing is like, freaking watch everything I talked about right now. You should do that.
I will, especially Indie Cross. That'll probably be the first thing I watch. I'll get around to the others.
Again, everything is right above Death Battle. It's got to be good because this is me. Keep in mind that forget that I said Death Battle would probably be ranked a bit higher if I realized you were going to be cringy and put like 2 Minecraft shows on your list.
Dude, I'm not cringy. I'm free.
Yeah. We've been here for an hour and 50 minutes. I know you're going to cut down some of the ums and ums. So we'll be as long for the people at home. I'm sure it's still over 2 hours. So we should probably end this. This was really fun. Happy 2026 to you and to everyone somehow still watching this video. Yeah.
I'm glad the like maybe like 60 or so people who are listening to this in the background while they work. I'm glad they enjoyed this video.
That's an overestimate. That it is not. It's like 6, 7.
Say that again.